Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today it's the 26th of February 2026, 35 minutes past 3 in the afternoon. We're back in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 on my brand new PC from Chill Blast. Oh my goodness me, it took some time getting this set up as well because I managed to delete all of my streaming settings and I had a really busy week at work last week. I was in every single day. I had my own 6-month LPC, so I passed all that, renewed my type rating and instrument rating as well, and then the rest of the week very busy in the simulator, and then any free time I did get I spent setting up the stream. Sorry for the slight delay to the start there. I was actually on the telephone to a furniture company getting some new dining chairs delivered, so that's why there's a slight delay at the start there. But yeah, I hope it's all working. I did a bit of a test stream a few days ago to make sure the new settings were correct. As like with my old Chill Blast PC, I've been able to ramp up the settings, increase the streaming output as well. So this is proper 2K. The bitrate's much higher than it was before, so it should be a nice, good quality stream for you. Anyway, a little bit about what we're up to today. It's been a very long time since we've flown this aircraft. We're back in the iFly 737 MAX. I don't think it's been updated any time recently, so we'll have to see how things are today. We're flying as Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo from Paris Orly to Madrid in Spain. 2 capital airports. Good stress tests for the new PC. Live on VATSIM. Madrid has a VATSIM event going on later on today, so we're going to be participating in that as we fly to Madrid. Flight time 1 hour 30 minutes, as you can see here in Paris Orly. We've got the Jetstream design scenery. There's Paris in the background. There is the Eiffel Tower, and here we are. And you can probably tell already the performance is exceptional, as it was on my old PC before the CPU burnt out for the 3rd time. Touch wood, I've had no issues. Chill Blast has reassured me that this PC should be working absolutely fine. As I said, what was actually wrong with the first one, I'm not too sure. Never got the complete feedback, but it's likely to have been a faulty motherboard, which basically kept frying the CPU. Steve, one of the members, helped me make sure the motherboard was all completely up to date as well, so it has the new fixes, which are known issues associated with the AMD Ryzen 9000 series potentially overvolting. So we've checked all the voltages, all the temperatures are A-OK, it should be looking very nice indeed. Anyway, here's the beautiful iFly 737 MAX. I'm rock solid at 60 FPS with a lot of the settings on ultra high end, looking really nice. Let me know what you think how it looks in the stream. Obviously there's a little bit of drop in quality when you're streaming because of latency, but yeah, I'm very pleased with how it's working right now. I've got X-Plane 12 reinstalled as well, so we'll look at jumping into that sim again very soon. I nearly flew the Phoenix Airbus A320, so perhaps I'll jump into that aircraft again very soon. Anyway, let's see who we've got here in chat today before we jump into the aircraft and get everything set up. Peter, hello Captain, new to your channel. Oh wow, that's a nice intro tune you have. It sounds great. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. HMS Daring 1 looks stupidly good. Yeah, looks amazing. AVSX guys is looking, fingers crossed, we can roll on into the future with this PC with no issues. Did you lock your F-frames in Microsoft Flight Sim or externally? I've locked it within Microsoft Flight Sim to 60 FPS. I'm not actually using, I've just turned down the sim here slightly, I'm not actually using any frame generation here. I'm just using the default settings because the way I stream and when I click out of the simulator, the FPS can run away, so I've capped it to 60 FPS within Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, and it seems to be hitting that most of the time, so very, very pleased with how it's running for now. Probably a little bit of tweaking here and there. Who else have we got here in chat before we jump into a live stream, into the setup here? It's actually been, I think, about 2 weeks since I did a public live stream, but we have here Joshua MD80, hope you're doing well, Malk51, Stephen Jenkins has said as well, and great to dust off the iFly too. Has it had any updates recently? I've been too buried in the PMDG to notice. Well, I have been. Most of my streams in the last couple of months have been in the PMDG 737 since it came out in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. But no, I don't think it's had any updates since we last flew it. I've all obviously installed it on the simulator and got the latest version, but look, I'm going to fly this as I would do in real life, point out any differences. It's just nice to be back in the Max again. Alan Pay, hope you're doing well. Looks great, my lights just dimmed as you fired it up. Excellent. Yes, drawing a lot of power out of the grid, that's for sure. Excellent, well, let's jump on into the cockpit. Like I said, I've not actually done a full test sector in the iFly 737 Max. I hope it works well. I did a little test to make sure the stream was working well, the aircraft was installed, I've synced up GSX, I've got GSX set up, so fingers crossed all will work quite well. It took me ages, and I made some subtle changes to all the cameras as well, so if I bring up MCP cam, you'll see, ooh, let me know if in chat you like this or not. There's like a little blue electric view, and it's got this sort of ember going around as well. If you guys don't like it, I can turn it off. I've obviously got the same thing here for yoke cam as well. A new alerts muted symbol as well. I basically, I did a bit of a mistake. I deleted all of my streaming software, so I had to set up the entire thing from scratch, and it took me hours and hours and hours, but that was completely my fault, because when I installed Streamlabs, the streaming software, I said start afresh, and then it saved that on the cloud, and it deleted all of my saves and preferences. So yeah, it should be as it pretty much was, just a little bit of a spruce up with certain things. I might make a few other changes as well. Jacob says, please talk about the flight model. We'll do a little bit of a hand flying on the SID. Obviously, I want to operate the aircraft as close as possible as I can do in real life. But last time I flew it, it works pretty nice. Anyway, let's get the aircraft all powered up here. So battery we could turn on. There we are. Close the guard. Oh, I forgot all the switches are so different, aren't they? The bindings and keys here. So let me just put the battery on. I think I still need to remember to turn on the ground power manually here. So we'll go here to system page. Is it sim menu? Oh gosh, I've not flown this aircraft for so long. We'll just chock the aircraft connect set, and then turn on the GPU. There we are. So battery on, GPU's on the bus, electric hydraulic pumps on, landing gear lever is down. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green lights, and then we check the aircraft documentation and the ship's library. Fault and fire tests, squibs are good. Fault test, fault APU detector in op, master caution, overheat detector, reset the master caution. Fire test, fire warning lights, overheat lights, wheel well, bell, and overheat detector, master caution. Cancel the horn here. Harry Hibbard, doing very well. Hope your line training is going well. I think last time I spoke to you, you just finished your base training, so thanks for popping in today. 2 tons getting flashing these days, becoming a real pro streamer, absolutely. Right, what else do I need to do? Up here on the overhead panel, pop on the emergency exit lights to the armed position. Let me just... Oh, it's these buttons. There we are, that's done. Press the attend button. Now this flight, busy event in Madrid. The weather en route is lovely. Paris here, it's Cav OK, 18 degrees. Madrid, weather, Cav OK, 21 degrees. It's perfect. And the forecast shows no changes in the next sort of 18 hours. So it's perfect weather. It'll be minimum block fuel of 6.5 in reality. However, do I take some extra fuel because it's a busy VATSIM event? I'm just going to have a little look here on traffic on VATSIM. Yeah, it looks quiet enough. Should we take minimum block fuel and hope it's not too busy when we get there? Fingers crossed. Yeah, let's take minimum block fuel as I would do in real life. So turn off live traffic, view the flight plan again. That's going to be 6.5 tons of fuel. So let's go over here. 6.5. So menu. Not a fan of this tablet, but I'm sort of get used to it. I don't use the default performance calculator. I quite like Navigraph's one in SimBrief. So I'm just going to here to weight and balance. Full load of passengers. So I'll put 178. I just want to make sure the zero fuel weight matches the flight plan. So that's showing a zero fuel weight of 63.6 on the flight plan, 60.9. So let's just put a little bit of baggage in there. 61. 62. I want 2.5 tons. Let's put 2.5 tons of bags. So cargo. Put it all in the forward hold. There we are. So that's now showing 63.4, 63.6 on the flight plan. That's close enough. Right then, fuel 6.5. So fuel, total fuel 6.5. Okay, set fuel. That's all I do with the tablet here. So we've got the fuel, we've got the correct weight, and we can now start the boarding process with GSX here. So GSX, request boarding. This is all up to date. Let's use Orly ramp assistance. They can accommodate the boarding today. There we are. So the air bridge is getting attached, and the bags will be loaded in the background. Superb. There we are. Oh, how I've not missed that tablet. Yeah. It's okay. I think Boeing provide this tablet to some customers. We don't use it. We use iPads. I understand they're providing a sort of EFB tablet sort of setup for people to use. So there we are. Steve, I haven't seen you around since we spoke last week a lot. Thank you so much for all your help getting the motherboard all updated and set up. I had a little look at your settings. All seems to be working well for now, so we'll chat soon. Right, so fuel is on board. Seatbelt signs on. Press the attend button. Flaps are up, which match the indicated position. Do a takeoff config warning check. There we are. It's a little bit slow to update. That's done. Cargo fire test. Forward aft discharge. Fire warning belt and light. Squawk 2000. We'll put that onto standby. Rudder and aileron trim is 3 and 0. Check the manual gear extension door is closed. There we are. You don't get all these thick manuals in the aircraft these days. It's all on our tablet. Still warning test to complete. Santiago, congrats on the 100,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, buddy. We're up to about 100,500 now. So we surpassed it just over a month ago. Mac airspeed warning test complete. IRS to nav. Additionally, for the Macs here. Merci. You've got reverser air ground, reverser command, reverser limited. You've got some additional lights here. Essentially, on the panel scan, you're just making sure nothing's illuminated except the flight recorder. Circuit breakers are in. The joke of Jim's shirt being off continues. There's my jacket. And the boarding process, it sounds like, is ongoing. Can we open the door? Actually, I don't know if I set it on GSX whether we can seal the passengers, but there we are. Boarding's about to commence. Right, let's hope this time well, you know the rest. Sure, Steve, fingers crossed, no issues. Right, so one thing you'll notice on the MCP, it's all sort of defaults. The real aircraft, this all resets to whatever it was set to when the aircraft was powered down, so it's all defaulted to 000, 10,000 feet, 100 knots. It's not what the real aircraft defaults to. But we'll now get the ATIS. We have ground online, and the ATIS is available, 126505.
Variable between 190 and 260 degrees. Cav OK. Temperature 18. 2.10. QNH 1022. Trend. No significant changes. Confirm on first contact. Information Delta. Received.
Information Delta? That's what we can tell the controller.
Bonjour. Orly Airport ATIS Delta recorded at 1530 UTC.
I think he said bonjour.
Expect 1 Whiskey ILS 25. Arrival runway 25. Departure runway 24.
I've got
Departure
the ATIS here as well.
Transition level 60.
See here, look, it went
Wind
bonjour.
220 degrees 10 knots. Variable between 190 and 260 degrees. Cav OK. Temperature 18. 2.10. QNH 1022. Trend. No significant changes. Confirm on first contact information Delta.
Magic B button works. 1022.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
ATIS Delta recorded at 1.
Right, bonjour everyone. Right, I've tuned ground 121705.
One Mike
November,
to Madrid via Agopat.
No, it doesn't actually tune it. It just does it in the background. So 121 705 for the ground frequency. I'll just turn VPilot down at the moment because obviously we don't need to listen in right now. Good, so we've got the weather, nice day, 1022 for the QNH is set. The MF Ray, I'll set that now, something like 1300 feet. I've got no information about Orly regarding departure, sort of engine out SIDS and things like that. I think we'll just climb runway heading 3,000 feet in the event of an engine failure, but MFRAIL set to 1,300 feet. We can select traffic on the EFIS panel. We can select airports as well. We'll do that over on gyms too. So traffic and airports there. Lighting is all configured and set. Check the oxygen. There we are. Might as well put that to auto-brake RTO. Reset fuel flow. And then the light test you'd complete as well. Perfect. Light test complete. Just do a little bit of a panel scan. Make sure it's all okay here. And the pedestal lights as well. Excellent. So let's turn that off. Reset the master caution. Time to load the FMC. So FMC latest ARIC is installed. That expires March 19th. Pos in it. What's the code here for Orly? Lima Foxtrot Papa Oscar. Put in our coordinates. GPS left. Route. I should have synced my SimBrief profile, so I'll fetch the flight plan. Oh, iFly 737NG requests access. Yes, allow. Application has been successfully authorised. There we are. Del Boy doing the 80s. Brilliant. Hello, how many did you already fly, Mr. Pyre? How many hours, perhaps? I don't know. I think about 7,500, 8,000. I need to update that Nightbot command, actually. Load the flight plan. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in. There we are. So, call sign Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. There we are. Activate departures. Runway 24 on the ATIS and Agopa to Quebec. We can expect. Execute. Madrid. Flew into Madrid real life a couple of months ago. First time in my career. Banned for Delta. And then landing 3-2 right. So put ILS. What should we go for here? ILS Zulu 3-2 right. Which one of these transitions? I have absolutely no idea. So the star has us go via Rugby. There we are. Let's go Rugby. Execute. So I'm just going to quickly check for any discontinuities. We'll go to plan on the EFIS panel, legs, and then we can just step through each point here. There we are. So there's the SID. En route. Hello. And onto the star, onto the arrival, onto ILS 32 right, hopefully. There we are. Kit Kat, I'm doing one lost flight on my current GPU today. RIP GPU. Yes, my old PC has hopefully, finally been retired. It's still behind me in a box. I'll show you guys later en route. HMS Daring 1, Madrid is one of the most annoying airports in Europe. Everything is always at the opposite end of where you are. About now taxiing around the gaff, guaranteed. Yes. When I went there, there was a lot of taxiing around, that's for sure. Right, let's load in this operational flight plan, the performance data. So 0 fuel weight 63.6. I think you can push this twice with the latest update. Well, 63.4 is fine. Reserves for Valencia 2.5 tons to diverse. Cost index, what are we using here? Okay, cost index 5 from the flying plan. We'll use that today. Top of climb wind 355 at 9 knots. Top of climb ISA 0. Execute. If you go to legs, make sure you select map on the EFIS panel. Go to route data. The first waypoint that shows you wind is the first waypoint after top of climb. So what we do there is look at RTAX. We just simply put the average wind in there. 326 at 4. It's going to make minimal difference to the progress page data, but there we are. It's all in. 5001. Execute. Let's look at the performance. So for that, I do have SimBrief's performance calculator. So we'll turn off Navigraph, turn on Chrome. So takeoff here. Any potential for an intersection departure? Let's have a little look here. Let me just bring up Navigraph for myself. Most likely, yes. So runway 24 for departure. Not the longest taxi. Potentially Whiskey 42. You know what, I'm just going to request full length. It's not much longer of a taxi, so we won't make any intersection departure plans today. So back over to the performance calculator. So runway 24, full length. Populate with the latest weather. Calculate. So that's showing TO1 47 degrees. So TO1 47 degrees. N180 1.5 without any APU bleeds. Takeoff will be flap 5. CG is set. It automatically sets the trim. You can disable that, but I quite like that feature in the sim of setting the CG and it sets the trim automatically for you. And what have we got here for speeds? These are all improved climb speeds, so we can use these speeds: 52, 56, 62. They are very high for a 737, but it does give you better climb performance. 52, 56, 62. We can set all those speeds. Turn off Chrome, and then we can set 162 on the MCP. There we are. I need to sort of still figure out what to do with yoke cam. I mean, here you can't quite set it. I could move the camera again, but then it becomes difficult for me to manipulate the keyboard. But there we are. 162 is set. Right then, so FMC is all loaded. We're still waiting for the alignment to complete. Overhead panel then. Yaw dampers on. Nav transfer display switch is normal auto. Fuel check the cross feed as it's the first sector. Bright, dim, bright and off. There's the DC metering panels all set. Turn up panel lighting. There we are. Should be. I've timed the stream so we get a beautiful sunset arrival into Madrid. That's all configured and set. Pax auto. Isolation valves already open. That's all set. I think that's automatically set as well as again a setting within the iFly 737 Max where it automatically updates your flight altitude and land altitude based off your operational flight plan. Of course, in real life you have to put that information in manually, but yes, the elevation of Madrid is 2,000 feet. That should be set to steady. Right igniter. Let's now configure the MCP. There you go, there's Air France pushing back, a Transavia 737NG ahead of us as well, looking very nice indeed. Let's now load up the MCP. So, runway 24 here. We'll just set the heading and courses to 241. We'll brief the SID in a second, but we can expect flight level 80 for the clearance. So it'll set flight level 81, because we still need to get our clearance from ground, and we shall now set the runway QDM of 241. There we are, 241, 241, and 241. Great, that's all set. Pop on the flight directors, put on mine and master, standby instruments are set. Jim, you can have the legs page. I've got the takeoff page. Trim set. Radio tuning panel configured as well. It's an RMP SID, I think, most likely. So, is there any nav aids we can tune? I mean, yes, 11395 for some DME, perhaps off a LOL. Let's tune 11395. Such a child. Right, 11395 is active. Uh-oh, what's it not happy with? There we are. 11395. We've got something active. Weather radar's all set up. 2000 standby rudder and aileron trim is checked. Great. Aircraft is configured and set up, ready to go. Right. Let's grab the clearance. Oh, I know what I forgot to set up. New Sky, which is installed on my new PC. As of course we're flying as Alpaca Airways today. Just firing it up now. There we are. Is this going to be my first flight of the month? Probably. Free flight passengers, Alpaca Airways, 32 Alpha Bravo. Departing Orly, Lima, Foxtrot, Papa Oscar. Madrid. Boeing 38 Mike. Just the max. Departing, well, in 3 minutes hopefully, but I'll put 1610. Book flight. Look at that. Fully loaded, 178 passengers. Start flight. Boom, done. I can now log the flight with Alpaca Airways. Josh Grayson, how would people feel about me working on an Alpaca Cargo Connect for the Vision Jet PC12 and PC24? That would be great. I'm sure you'll find some people that would love to download, and thank you very much for your interest. Right, let's grab the clearance from ground, information Delta, remember, and test out the pilot. Should be all working.
Attention, Lima Tango, c'est la deuxième agro.
You know you're in a Paris airport when they're speaking French.
Whisky 45, 24, Whisky 3, Lima Tango, Whisky 2, Whisky Unité pour France 45, Ramadan 2 kg.
I think he's finished reading it back. Paris Orly, bonjour. It's Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Stand Tango 32, information Delta 1022, departure clearance to Madrid. TOBT 1600.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, you're clear for Madrid. Agopa 2 Whiskey departure, runway 24.
Whiskey.
Initial climb to flight level 070. Squawk 5656.
Cleared to Madrid on the Agopa to Whiskey departure, runway 24, climb flight level 70, squawk 5656, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, read back on.
Perfect, so we've read back the clearance. It's flight level 70 as our SID, 5656, and we have had an SID change from the operational flight plan. So bear with me, whoever that was that dinged. I'm just going to change this here. Departures is now going to be an Agopa to Whiskey. How many sits would you like? Yes. Execute. There we are. Okay, let's just have a little look at this SID. Pete, 63 months as a member. Thank you so much for the support. Now, 63.5 is less YouTube, less about tax, less than the other extras. I think I've donated about £10 to the boss for my membership. Cheers, Pete. Yes, that's it. It's probably the total amount there. But your membership and everyone's membership, it all goes into a lovely pot for me, which I'm very generous of you to all send to me. So thank you very much for your very factual message. But nonetheless, yes, YouTube 30%. Thank you very much for using our services. Unbelievable. Cheers, Pete. Hope you're doing well, buddy. You've completely thrown me off track. What was I about to check? I was about to do something. Yes, the SID. Let's go here. Orly SID. It's now a 2 Whiskey departure. Oh, French airports. 2 Whiskey. Right, where are you? 2 Romeo, 2 Yankee, 2 Whiskey, pin. Right, let's have a little look here. So look, we're not actually briefed it anyway, so we're going to push back here, facing goodness knows what GSX will offer us. Probably west on Whiskey Tango, maybe north on one of these taxiways. And we're now on an Agopa to Whiskey 24. It's basically a straight line to Papa Oscar 241. Oh no, we've got 246. Oh no, that's runway 25 only, that's why. So straight ahead to Papa Oscar 246. 246. Left turn Papa Oscar 271 bypassing this waypoint. Flight level 100 or less. It's 80, but he's cleared as 70, so 3 different clearances to comply with. And then we'll make a left turn here. Southbound 180 to Adada. And then Agopa 178, 12.7 miles and 30 miles. So it all checks. The only thing is he's cleared as 770 and it's an RMP SID. Right, we're ready to go, guys. I have no idea where GSX is with the boarding. 172 out of 178. Perfect. Almost there. I need to start the APU anyway. I think I've got the boarding on like ultra realistic speed. Right, APU starting. Don't forget this aircraft has the Boris sound pack by default, so the sounds are exceptional. There's the APU inlet door on the Max. In flight that closes a little, but it's a big old door on there. The graphics are exceptional. Hello, Ravy Buck. Last time he was in Orly was in a Corsair 747. That's very cool. Awesome. Ah, the sounds are exceptional. Very, very good. Of course, the Max doesn't have an APU temperature gauge, so sometimes it can be quite hard to judge where you are in the start cycle, but there is inbuilt protection if the APU has a fault or failure. There's additional lights such as door and overspeed as well, but the APU gen-off bus light should illuminate any second, he says, all the time. Come on, there it goes. Put the APU on the generator. Great, we can now go here to menu, system page, disconnect the chocks, disconnect the GPU, set, done. Let's get ready for pushback, guys. Request a pushback, or prepare for pushback and departure. There we are, air bridge retracting. Oh gosh, it's not messing around. Right, looks like it's closed the doors as well. My goodness, a realistic pushback for runway 24. Let's go for that one. Right, okay. As goodness knows where that's going to send me, but we'll request push and start. Squawk mode Charlie. So I'll just put on transponder. Is that enough to... We don't have this transponder. Is that mode Charlie on? Yes, that's now squawking mode Charlie. Let's get our push and start clearance. And ground Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo stands Tango 32 request push and start.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, push and start face west.
Push start approved face west, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Well, let's hope it's west.
Alpaca 22 Mike Papa,
Backs off.
you're able to
And
take
ignition lights on. Parking brake is set, transponders
but we are ready to go.
out off, and we are all clear around. Right, release parking brake.
Okay, Alpaca 22 Mike Papa, taxi to...
Perfect, 4 minutes late, all accepted.
Yeah, whiskey 2.
Hope all the sounds are all okay, guys, anyway. Not too loud, not too quiet.
Whiskey 41 via Whiskey 2 and Whiskey 1 Alpaca 52.
Pedro, is it normal to set mode Charlie? No, we put it to out off, which allows you to appear on ground radar, but it doesn't actually give you any altitude information. Just on VATSIM or VPilot and XPilot, they call it mode Charlie. Alright, I think we're looking good. Oh. Oh, we're getting pulled forward now.
154.
Interesting. Where are we going? This is a GSX profile, by the way. Right, okay. Apparently this is... Let's just start the engines and pretend nothing is happening.
Please, taxi to...
EC's energized, there we are.
Where you are, please, come back.
What have I forgotten, guys? Noob move, AP bleed.
Last station that contains...
N2.
Alpaca 30 Alpaca 30 Foxtrot, taxi
M1.
to link point Whiskey 41 via Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1.
Where's the oil pressure?
Whiskey 41.
Oil pressure? No oil pressure. Oh goodness me, that was very late. We do have oil pressure, but yeah, don't put any fuel in until you have no oil pressure. Usually it's much higher than that by the time you've started the engines. Yes. It's a push me pull you, I know. Beautiful sound. I've got the master caution, well, that'll be the dual bleed, won't it? Air conditioning.
Alpaca 1 Mike November, taxi to
Start a
link
canal
point
mod.
Whiskey 41.
Add-on
Yeah,
Kutal
Whiskey
scripting engine has crashed. Restart. Please run live update. Do you want to see log error? No. Do you want to restart Kutal? Yes. Oh, it looks like the pushback is definitely complete. GSX has crashed. My parking brake set. Ooh, what happened there? Right, starting engine number 1. I don't need it anymore, to be fair.
1 via Whiskey 1, Lima Foxtrot.
N2. GSX boot, GSX. This is what I get on GSX all the time now. Is other people having the same issue with the latest update? N2. Oil pressure. They need to fix this. Oil pressure would come up probably about now. You don't put any fuel in an engine if there's no oil pressure. Same with a car. You don't want to run an engine with no oil pressure. There it is. Oh, it's coming a little bit sooner than it did with engine number 2. N1 oil pressure, 25%. Fuel on. So the engine valve close light takes a lot longer to close compared to the NG because it does lots of tests. EOS and TCMA it's called, basically to check the engine's working before we put fuel in. It's all controlled automatically. If there's any issues, it just won't start.
780
Excellent. Alright, good start on engine number 1 and 2. Let's do the before taxi flow. Generators on, APUs off, star switch is continuous, Pro Beat on, anti-ice off, air conditioning, packs auto, isolation valve auto, APU bleed is off. That is set. Flaps to 5. Flight controls, forward, back, left, right. Why I've got my lumberjack shirt on today, I don't know. Left and right rudder checked. Recall. Instead of blanking lower DU on the max, you could get rid of the expanded display by selecting engine. There we are. Checks complete. Let's request taxi. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo on Whiskey 3. Request taxi.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, standby.
He said to face west actually. I'm on the Whiskey 3 taxiway facing north. I didn't even realise that.
Alpaca 22 Mike Papa, switch to income 122 decimal 8, goodbye.
Advisory 122.8, Alpaca 62 Mike Papa.
I don't have my radio tuning panel working yet in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 or X-Plane. Here we go, 2 tons, unbelievable. What? Lack of faith in my navigating on the ground. We've got the map up, ready. Oh, you mean my pushback direction, yes. So probably not where it expects to be. Hey, GSX called it realistic pushback direction. What's going around me anyway? Air France, Alpaca, Transavia, bit of a queue forming. Don't forget, I took minimum block fuel for this sector. Hopefully, I'll get moving soon. You're distracted because Jim has his shirt off again. Hello, Jim boy. Good day, mate. Good day. We're just talking about you. Hear an engine starting up somewhere. Right. Seeing those guys at taxiing past, yeah. Little baby Airbus. Is that a 318? Or 319? That's a 318, isn't it? That's the real baby one. That's a proper airplane there. Malaysian, that's you passing on the left. Very good, I see you. I see you strutting your stuff. Going up and down with the suspension.
5625.
Yes, I think, Steve, the taxi fuel wasn't much either. I think it's just standard 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes of taxi fuel.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Clear to taxi to a link point Whiskey 41 via Lima Tango, Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1.
Clear to taxi, Whiskey 4 via Lima Tango, Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. That sounds too complex.
Alpaca 30 Foxtrot,
Whiskey 4 1.
122.
Okay, that's there. So we're going to go Whiskey 3.
Switch to Nickel 122, that's my Alpaca 3.
Left Tango? Or Lima Tango? Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1. Oh, I'm going to have to go here.
Sorry, stand by.
Let's Lima Tango. First left here. Right, I got you. Perfect. Right, I know where I'm going, guys. Config. With the max, go straight to idle once you've done your config check. You can literally go around everywhere on idle. Just go for a drive.
Via Lima Uniform, Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1.
So yeah, the max just go straight to idle. Just use idle thrust. Unless you're going uphill or you're very heavy, you don't need to add thrust to get moving. Clear left. Oh, it's silky smooth. I thought the event was in Barcelona. No, this week, as far as I'm aware, when I checked the VATSIM event a few days ago, it was in Madrid this week. It's in Barcelona as well. They've got Barcelona, Madrid, but Madrid was the sort of key airport. And again, we've been to Madrid before, but I wanted to do a bit of a stress test on the PC. Okay, to Whiskey 2. And then we're we've got left turn here. So we've got our Lima Tango, left on to Whiskey 1. Oh, last week was in Madrid. So what does it say on the VATSIM events page? Oh, well, it shows Madrid ATC on the booking form, so never mind. Barcelona, as I said, we've done lots of times before.
Attack 1 Mike November, switch to Unicum 122.8.
Whoa, it's a bit confusing here, isn't it? Yeah, Whiskey 1 here. Got to be really careful you don't have a runway incursion. Yeah, Whiskey 4-1 this way. Oh, you think I misread that there. I'm looking at the VATSIM events. So my VATSIM events, what does it say? The 26th. Oh, full coverage pass. I swear they changed that. I swear they changed that. I must have looked at the wrong one. My bad. Alright, well, hopefully we'll have some ATC in Madrid. Oh dear. Yeah, my bad. Madrid only till 1700. Great. Well, fingers crossed. Welcome. Thanks for your subscription there, Marco and Mini Tisati. I could hear that. Whirling.
Feeling a 3 with Whiskey Tango after the
divert to Barcelona.
You can taxi via Lima Romeo, Whiskey 1.
Right, before takeoff, check this config. We've checked flaps. We have. Let's go here on the takeoff page. 5.5 green light, stab trim 6.5 units set. Takeoff briefing. Packs on the bleeds on V speed set 52, 56, 62 set on the MCP EV.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, you can switch to Unicum 122.8. Good day.
122.8 Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Over. No tower here.
Alpha EF 4780, switch to Unicum 122.8.
The departure then, we're now flying the Agapo 2 Whiskey. The Agapo 2 Whiskey is basically going to take us straight ahead, eventually making a left turn to Papa Oscar 271 and Agopa, climbing to initially flight level 70, NADP2, engine out signal, climb runway heading 3,000 feet. Reviewed, cabin secure, chase complete. Alright, so we're now on advisory. I think he said he was about to line up a wait. Just bring it to a stop there. Air France about to take off. Alright, well, mini Alpaca group flights to Madrid instead then. Never mind. To get I was beginning to think you got a jet blast from other traffic on VATSIM, but no, not yet. Won't be long until we see that, no doubt. Oh, bit of off-roading. The textures on this look fantastic. Really crisp. It's a really nice 3D model, this Max. That guy knows how to line up. Let's bring it to a stop there. Set the parking brake. Hoya says I can recall that in a documentary, pilots hated the taxiways in Orly because it was freshly resurfaced and lines weren't painted yet, so they all had maps and signs. Yes, it does seem a little complex. So he's probably waiting a little bit for that baby bus.
Orly trafic France au Soleil 65 Yankee Lima, establish on the ILS runway 25 Orly trafic.
Good, so obviously with Orly with the runway orientation they can have arrivals on there. Runway 25 whilst we depart off runway 24. What do we for a missed approach though? I should think that I have to do an immediate right turn or left turn depending on where they are, who knows. Do it before taxi flow now. throttle, LNAV, weather radar's on.
Traffic Alpha 1 November taking off runway 24.
TARA.
Aqua Power 1.
Auto do.
Only traffic.
So he's taking off. We'll give it at least a couple of minutes.
All traffic, Air France 358 Papa lining up runway 26 right.
That's another traffic at 26 right. He'll be in De Gaulle. Orly traffic, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo lining up runway 24.
Only traffic, Air France 78 Juliet.
DJ Vino, thank you, mega congrats on the 100,000 subscribers. Thank you very much, buddy. Ruben, Evie, Sam and chat. Visuals look great on the new PC. Thank you very much. So far, so good. The CPU temperature, which you can see on an LED board right now, is 53 degrees. Occasionally it goes up to 70 under load, but then seems to default at 53. I think the new AIO cooler is really helping. And no city high voltages. I've learned a lot about PCs the last couple of months. There we are. So again, I've used no thrust here to line up whilst you're taxiing around. So I can't remember how the rudder and tiller is with this add-on. Let's just go from left. Yeah, probably go a little bit further past the centre line here. Yeah, it's not bad. The Max is easier to taxi around because of this requirement for no thrust, especially single engine. There we go. So we'll just give it another minute for spacing for the traffic ahead.
Charles de Gaulle traffic, Air France 358.
Another day, Steve, another day.
26 right to the west. Charles de Gaulle.
Look at that for a view, guys. So we're doing a little bit of hand flying on departure. There's no ATC anyway. Just to see how things are. Speed brake's just armed somehow. What the hell?
That was an only traffic final call.
That's weird. My speed brake doesn't seem to be working on the controls. I'm just going to unplug it and plug it again before we take off. This can happen sometimes. Just trying to follow the USB cable. Here we go. Yeah, it's a bit better now. Alright, let's go. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo taking off from runway 24. Alright, Toga's in chat. Let's go to Madrid. Timing. Okay, 40%, stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. There we are, I think it was about 80.1. Takeoff thrust set indications normal. Such low M1s in the Max, that's completely normal. 80 knots checked, release forward pressure. Very high V speeds, improved climb. A little bit of right rudder coming in.
V1.
Let's rotate. Yeah, more back pressure required at the deadband. Very good. Impressed. Positive climb, gear up. Because of the higher V speeds, your attitude is typically a lot lower as you climb away, around 12.5, 15 degrees, and that seems to be bang on. LNAV. Speed shouldn't be running away like that. So I think there's a bit of a bug, isn't there, where it doesn't go to M1. Let's see what happens. Let's bug up. Still in the arm. Flaps 1. Yeah, it shouldn't be that quick accelerating. Flaps up. There's M1. Okay. I think if you go to another pitch mode, it might not always change back. We'll look outside for you. Beautiful. Let's see if we can see Paris. Where was it? I can't remember. Over there? There? I'm not very good with never departing from Paris. It's out there somewhere. Alright. Flaps at no lights. VNav. Now we have an N1 again with a green box. Okay. Set standards. Get rid of the fray. Passing 37, flight level 70 after takeoff checklist. So look, it's handling well. The takeoff was nice. Bit sensitive in roll. Yeah. Yeah, not quite as snappy as that. Not quite as snappy as that. Pitch is good. Just by those, yeah, that's okay. Rudder. Probably a little bit more secondary effective roll, but not bad, guys. It's got to remember these are entertainment desktop simulated aircraft. You guys aren't going to be prattling around too much like that for flying from A to B. Simulated passengers, absolutely fine. Right, vertical speeds, 1,000 feet per minute. Just trim those down. Not actually, I'm not trimming those down to get onto the flight directors because I had a little bit of pitch there. There we are. Command A. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. So gear's already up. Auto brakes are off. A up. I've got a fault with my RAS. Okay. Air conditioning and pressurization. 2.5. Climbing. Set. Release the cabin crew. Altimeter standard set passing 69 flight level 70 after takeoff checklist complete. There we are. So match the heading bug. No ATC, guys. So we'll blast straight up to our cruise level 370, which I'm setting now. Because I was in outer quiet, notice how vertical speed's engaged at the present rate of climb at which I started winding the MCP out. That's a big threat. You've got to be careful. Make sure you reselect VNAV. There we are, VNAV. Engines slowly spooling up. That's really realistic, actually, the way that the thrust is adding up to climb thrust there. Nice and smooth. There's a little weird blinking here on the engine. I don't know if that's my settings in Microsoft Flight Sim, but there we are. Kevin's going to need a sig bag. We did throw it around a little bit. Yeah, roll rate was a bit sensitive, but on rotation there was definitely a noticeable deadband. ETA Madrid, where there's no event. An hour and a half. 2.8 tons on arrival. Don't forget to delete the restrictions of the FMC. Out at events. Yeah. Perfect. And Nathan, you're quite right. One of the things Zebo still needs to work on is thrust application when entering VNAV climb. Absolutely, it does add on the thrust quite quickly. In the Zebo mod, that's for sure. I'm just going to turn the sim down here. Steve, frame gen will cause those artifacts on the engine blades. I'm not using frame generation. I don't know if you missed the start of the stream. The reason is the FPS jumps and it messes with the streaming software. So frame generation is great for the average user, but if I click out, the frames halve, and the streaming software was actually moaning a bit about that. So I've actually turned it off, and I seem to be getting around 55-60 FPS anyway, so happy at the moment. So that's not been caused by frame gen. Right, pre-cruise checks then. So fuel, we've got none in the centre, the wings are perfectly balanced, 4 pumps on, lights off, APU's off, pressurisation, diffs 3.5 climbing set, nice and smooth, release the passengers, recall. Oh yeah, pre-cruise checks complete. Harry, yes, if someone remind me, and I get this a lot, you can check out my Microsoft Flight Sim settings, yes, if I remember at the end of the stream to do so. Hopefully someone will comment and I'll read it. Malaysia just switched to the Zebo recently at X-Plane 12. Always find myself having to pull full back pressure when I'm in the deadband. Is that normal? No. So make sure you're definitely in trim on takeoff, but you should never have full control inputs, typically in a normal flight. Uh-oh, Peter, you're going to have to watch the stream after my visitors are gone. Oh, time to clear off. I'm joking. Have a nice flight and stream. See you next time. Bye for now. Cheerio. Alright, still losing focus then, so something else could be causing the engine effect. Probably. Hello, I don't dare pronounce your name, sir. Do you still have the passion towards aviation you used to have being an aspiring pilot? But of course we should love what you do, but at the end of the day it's a job. How do you tackle that? Great question. Yes, I'd somewhat say after 16 years, it'll be 16 years this year I started, I'm probably not as excited to fly an aeroplane as I was when I started. don't get me wrong, I'm very fortunate to do what I do. I still love my job, and certainly working back in the simulator, went back as a TRI, now TRE, I enjoy the flying more, especially line training. I find that very rewarding. So yes, I wouldn't say I've lost a job. I still wouldn't find myself. I don't think I'd be useless at anything else. I'm pretty useless as a pilot anyway, but but yeah, this is fine by me. Still love it. Still enjoy it. Still love streaming. CJ Simulations, is IMCL approved now at your airline? I wouldn't know what it is, so what on earth's that? So no. What is IMCL? I've never heard of that acronym before. No idea. You'll have to explain to me what it is. Oh, Improved Climb. I've never heard of it called IMCL. Yeah, we've been using Improved Climb for the last year. I've never heard it referenced as IMCL before. I've already heard about YCMA. IMCL. Yeah, I'm only joking. Yes, Improved Climb, we've been using it. Afternoon, Greg Scott, thanks for popping in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. So far, so good though with the add-on. Just a few little quirks here and there. But things running super smooth. Oh, I've never heard of that one, CJ Simulations. Gosh, sounds like I'm in the back of the aeroplane. Very good. Yeah, it could be some weird shadow effects. If you look here, yeah, I think it's just the blinking, because this is it's the cabin reflection off the glass. Look, so you've got the glass here. It seems to have stopped now. So the cabin here, and I think that's the reflection of the cabin glass, the cabin trim on the glass. Seems to have stopped now. I've zoomed in. Oh, there you go. It's just started. I think it's, but yeah, based on where the camera's looking. Look. There you go. I can live with that. Hello Connor, don't know if this is a bug or not, but I was doing a flight a few days ago and just coming up to top of descent, the plane's nose shot up, but every aircraft is fine. Well, I can confirm that is not normal behaviour. I presume this was in this aircraft, Connor, but yes, there should be no abrupt pitch change approaching top of descent, certainly not in climb. It's actually called that on the OPT, CJ Simulations. I'm looking now, I've actually got it right in front of me. Let's have a look here. Takeoff performance. It's just called IC on our OPT. IC or /EXT, so that's why. Probably looks slightly different on different OPTs. Steve, it will really do it if the engine swallows a bird. Yes, there'll be lots of flickering, that's for sure. Ah, Nathan. Oh, there you go. It looks like CJ Simulations is a colleague of yours. Well, just a... Well, no, I should better not show the OPT, but yes, we just have IC. Hello, Captain Shakel Oatmeal. Quick question. Flying into Innsbruck, chances BAPIs are not coincident with the vertical path angle. Does VPA mean visual path angle? Actually, is it visual or vertical? I'm not so sure. Basically, if you follow the flight directors or ILS guidance in, the PAPIs will diverge from two reds, two whites, and the PAPI, the angle's based off eye height. So certain airports, it's based off a higher eye height. So you typically see 3 reds if you follow the ILS all the way down, especially at larger international airports. So you just have to react to the PAPIs. You know, without looking at Innsbruck directly. Innsbruck has no... Do they have any ILS on any of the runways? Is localizer on 2.5? Yeah, I've not streamed this there for so long. So yeah, X-Plane 12 is all installed on the new PC as well, with X-Plane map enhancements. Seems to be working nicely. I've not done any full sort of tests in it. I've used NVIDIA to cap the frames at 60 FPS. There's no point me running away over 60 FPS on anything, because Streamlabs can't. It can only stream up to a maximum of 60 FPS. Fox, do you have any recommendations for command upgrade? Yes. Your operations manual. I won't say the exact letter and number, but I think something like this manual, that chapter. Learn that, Fox. That's your sort of Bible, of which you'll operate the aircraft. You should obviously know your SOPs already, and get help and assistance if you're not sure about something on the day. Okay, thank you very much. I didn't want to follow it down and wind up into the dirt. So yeah, react to the Pappies. The Pappies accordingly. I mean, I'm basing that off a 7.3. Hello, Sasha. Good afternoon. All looking good. Here's to stress-free YouTubing for years to come. Oh, please. I don't want to set up another simulator or Streamlabs ever again. Last week at work, I was finishing work and I was just doing an hour or two a day. Steve helping me set up the motherboard. I'm done now. I just want to do some streams. No more tinkering. No more tinkering. Everything is running beautifully. Just to show you, look. Let me just move yoke cam here. Look at my cool CPU temperature. Can you see the LED? 51, 52 degrees. Fresh. Ticking over. GPU 5090 ticking over. This is not hard work for it. Stay cool in there. Stay alive. Don't do anything silly. Oh, I'm so worried. Oh dear me. But yeah, fingers crossed. There we are, passing 30,000 feet. Bank angle 10 degrees. Beautiful. Well, top of climb is prior to RTAX. We'll do a fuel check there. Let's see where we are. Good. So that'll be Orleans. Flying south towards Limoges. Here. Right across France, that'll be Biarritz. No, not Perpignan, Pamplona to Madrid. Nice route. Lovely weather in Madrid. Are they still on 3-2? Left and 3-2 right with that wind? I think so. I think that's preferred. Love the case. Is that a Lian Li? Yes, wooden Lian Li. A Lian Li, whatever. With look at the size of these fans. I know I'm a pilot streamer, but I love the fans on this thing. That absolutely chucks in air. You can literally feel it. Hold on. Alright, just turn on. There you can. Check this out. Look at the size of these. Absolute beasts. It's like two Leap-1 bees sucking in air. Yeah, and this. I always thought it sucked air in, but look, if I put this piece of paper here, it's there we are. Look, you can see the airflow. Ooh. So it's sucking air in and pushing it out the top. Yeah, the temps are cool as. There we are. Should be on the 3-2s, perfect. So yeah, one thing that Steve, I have a lot to thank for. He ensured, Steve's one of the members here, we just did some checks on the motherboard and we wanted to just to make sure we had the absolute latest motherboard installed, because I don't want to go too off-piste with the stream. So some people have commented recently, yeah, don't forget you're a flight sim streamer, not a PC expert. And I'm definitely not a PC expert, but with the with my first PC, I just was unlucky. I think I had a faulty part, be it the motherboard or CPU or whatever. I had three pretty catastrophic failures, and the PC had been mishandled by DPD. So I was quite happy to see the back of it. Chillblast built it from scratch, and Steve, one of the members, we just wanted to make sure we had the latest motherboard installed, because in exceptional circumstances, the certain combination of the Ryzen 9000 series CPUs, 1 in 1,000 or whatever, with certain motherboards were overvolting. Is that correct, Steve? Or had too much voltage going through, or temperature spikes? Whether that happened to my old PC, I don't know, but I have done everything, as Steve explained to me, to everything I could do within my power as a preventative measure to having problems with this PC. And you know, the old PC did actually run okay for a couple of weeks. It just went conked out. It conked out. My last public stream, or was it a couple of... No, I did a few streams on my old PC. It was the X-Crafts Embraer. I did the stream there, and about 2 hours after that stream is when it died. But yes, Steve, who is a lot more knowledgeable on this, has been building PC. How many years have you been building PC, Steve? A long time. The sock vaults were typically quite high, or set to be quite high with motherboards with this series, and we did an update which the motherboard developer, so I've got a who's made my motherboard, I can't remember, whoever it was, Gigabyte, they released an update which lowered this voltage, but there we are, and that seems to have brought down the voltage because we ran lots of tests, stress tests, and everything seemed to be super cool and low on volts. So yeah, there we are. Everything's running beautifully now. I don't have an FPS counter up right now, but you know, I'm sat here in the cruise. Transitions here are smooth. I have minimal stuttering. Get the odd one because it's just Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, but yeah, very, very pleased. Oh, HRS, ignore these bizarre comments. We're all flight simmers and we all depend massively on our PCs for this hobby. Knowledge is very useful here. Absolutely. So, yeah, there was only a couple of comments and they weren't that bad, actually, to be fair. They were said, oh, you know, we're here to watch you learn to fly, not talk about PCs. But absolutely, you need to have a bit of baseline knowledge of what PC to get and whatnot. But there we are. All up and running. My friend, why is min-rest time only 10 hours in the case you operate away from your base and 12 if you're at home? Isn't it supposed to be vice versa? I mean, you're away from home and not acclimatised. Yes, so obviously, I say obviously, you're quite right. When you're away from your home base, down route, the rest is reduced to 10 hours. Why exactly it's not that way and the other way, who knows? You just have to comply with the minimum. Remember, that's minimum rest. Not typically right at those limits, but yeah, that's the way it is. But airlines have to comply with this. I have the EARS FTL app just as a backup as well to check all my times, but yeah, why exactly? Good question. I don't know. Anyway, here we are, 37,000 feet. Took us 21 minutes to get here after setting takeoff thrust. Excuse me. A beautiful day over France. It'll be really nice if you were flying today. Super smooth, absolutely clear, no wind. Perfect day to go flying if you don't like turbulence. Sun setting in the distance. Contrail for the traffic ahead. Beautiful. Ollie, 4781. How much fuel does the Max save on this route over the NG? Well, you know, let's have a look on SimBrief, because SimBrief is incredibly accurate. We can actually compare it. So if I go here, so here's our flight, burn 3574. If I just go to edit flight, change it to the NG, so 3574, say it'll be the same route, 3574, same alternate. $3,574, 500 kilos. It's a lot of half a ton of fuel. Can you imagine if you're an operator that has hundreds of NGs and then you switch them to the the max savings. You know, it's huge. That's for an hour and 30-minute flight. Nathan, that could be a logical answer to that. Why, I don't know. That's a logical answer, what I didn't think of, as to why it's reduced to 10 hours. Having said that, I have stayed at hotels out of base, which are not that close to the airport. I have to get a bus or taxi. But there you go. Love that, Michael. Could it be because you get better rest at home versus in and out for cost? Probably. Perfect. But there we are, in the cruise. I always like to, at the cruise, just have a quick check on the overhead panel, make sure you're not forget on anything. Pressurization check, LNAV, VNAV, weather radar on. We select max continuous thrust. And radio tuning panel's all set, volumes are good. Super. We'll do a fuel time check at RTX. So what are we streaming next, guys? Should I jump into X-Plane 12-8? I've been wanting to fly that for quite some time. Also, the Phoenix A320 is now installed in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. I was 50-50 whether to fly that today or this. I thought, you know what, I've not flown the Max for a while. And I know how to fly the Max. I had no opportunity, as I said earlier, to do a test sector. But yeah, I think X-Plane 12-8 would be a good laugh. I think it's FlyJ Sim. Fortunately, I know they made a poster probably about a year ago now that the 200 update for X-Plane 12 and 727 was sort of on hold, but I think the Dash 8 still does receive periodic updates. So yes, it'd be nice to fly that airplane. I think last time we flew that was in Canada, which was, must have been over a year ago. So yeah, I've got to. I might have to have a chat with the devs, because I was very fortunate to get that aircraft sent to me from the devs, so it's not in my X-Plane store, and I haven't copied it across or have it installed, so I'll have to have a look how I can get it. Paul, have you ever had to use Autoland because of weather conditions? Oh yes, multiple times. IMC, absolutely. So when LVPs are in force, it's typically when you'll switch to using well, it is when you switch to using an Autoland off a Cat 2 or Cat 3. If it's only Cat 1 ILS or an unprecisioned approach, then my operator uses a procedure called a monitored approach. The idea, the first stops of flies, and captain's looking for the lights. Sasha, you flew the MD-11 the other day for the first time. It's fun to fly, and a bit of a beast to land. It's had a recent update. Yes, the TFDI, or is it TDFI? I can remember never remember the acronym. Yes, I did receive an update. We flew it about a couple of weeks ago. Nice add-on, nice add-on. Right, fuel check then. We've just passed the waypoint RTAX. Let me bring up the OFP. RTAX, where are you? There we are. 23 minutes airborne for 24, so that makes sense. 4.4 tons on board. We have 4.7, so we saved a bit. Fuel used 1900, so again, go here to engine. Used 1700, just over 1700 kilos. So yeah, we saved about 100-200 kilos of fuel. Happy days. Steve, yeah, nice island hop around the Bahamas would be relaxing. Be funny with some water landings mixed in too. Yeah, so I think Dash 8. Well, I don't want any water landings in the Dash 8, but yeah, maybe a GA fly in a bush plane or something. I had a little play on a test sector. Well, when I was testing my streaming software, it's a float plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think it's a Cessna 195. It's way too overpowered with the floats on. A lot of the default aircraft in Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 are not that great. They're okay, but they just haven't received much love and attention. But the float plane 195, it was ridiculous with the floats. I could take off at about 300 meters and climb at 3,000 feet per minute with a pistoned engine Cessna. In comparison, I did it with the one in X-Plane, and it seemed to be a lot more what I'd expect with a Lycoming powered Cessna with huge floats on it. Talking about the heads-up display there, my operator, we don't have it fitted. For that reason, when I've tried the heads-up display to 737, I don't like it because I'm not used to it. So I had no idea about currency though using heads-up display. I have played around with it in the PMDG and the Zebo, but no, it's not for me. Hello Boxenata, how do you set toga button in settings? Can you show me? What's the assignment in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Actually, can't I show you this whilst on the fly if I press this button? Yeah, look, I can show you. So I've got it set to my quadrant. Search by input. Auto throttle toga. There you go. Set it to that, Boxenata. And I have mine set on here. There's a little button on the quadrant, which I'm just tapping there. That's my toga button. There you go. Yeah, I forgot you could bring up the controls. John, what's your favourite Payware aircraft? Whoa, genuinely. I have a lot. I don't have one. The PMDG aircraft, for all of the controversy, you know, whatnot, pricing and whatnot, it's probably the best quality add-on. I know the Phoenix is excellent, and I think the Airbus guys state that as well. So from regards to realism, that one. For fun, I think the Felis 742 has a special place in my heart. I really love that add-on. Yeah, I've got so many. I don't have one where I go, I absolutely love that. I mean, I love all of them, seriously. Barnstop, have you tried the Heart ES30 hybrid? Quite interesting. I've never heard of that, so no. Mikey, the user interface of Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 is bad and laggy. Yeah, I'm not a fan. And the control bindings are still ridiculous. Why can't you set it per individual aircraft like an X-plane? It's anyway. Boxenata, yeah, you saw me press on takeoff. Very good. I think you're probably being very observant. Aerostrip, you tried the Beaver Amphibious. That's for the well model. I haven't tried that. That's on floats as well, hasn't it? I have not tried that. I'll put that on my to-do list. Hello Dougal, hope you're doing well. And in not all do pilots take passport if they have a return flight to Europe? If so, can they get a replacement same day when it expires? Yes, so when I need to get a new passport, I have to get an emergency one, because obviously I can't hand it in, I'll send it in because I need it to work. So when mine's actually coming up to renewal, but I remember 10 years ago, or nearly 10 years ago, I had to say, yeah, I need an emergency one. You go on the day. Just don't forget your passport, even though, you know, typically you come back to your home base. If you get stuck down routes, you need to make sure you can clear customs or passport control. Oh, Steve, yeah, the bindings and names of a lot of the controls are not very logical in Microsoft Flight Sim. I don't think the reverses I still have quite set up right. I have it set so I now select them and then add thrust. It works. Let's see what ATC we're going to get. We might be lucky, even though we don't have ATC exactly at Madrid. Yeah, it's definitely all in Barcelona. I screwed that up. Oh well. I don't have any Barcelona scenery installed, but look, you never know. Maybe a controller might come on. Regardless, it's just a stress test today. No, I'm not diverting to Barcelona. It's not even on my flight plan. Valencia's my alternate. Ciao, hello, afternoon. Gosh, that's loud. Looking good though. Just turn the sim down here. Beautiful external model, isn't it? Really nice. is I must consider taking a look at this camera utility. Still using the default camera. Awesome. Yeah, I just missed the flyby camera so much. Very nice. Sipping fuel on the way to Madrid. Awesome. Hello Kodama. When flying from Portugal to the UK with the Bay of Biscay, do you ever switch to HF frequencies in real life? Is it all VHF? No, Bay of Biscay is all domestic, so yeah, you wouldn't switch to HF there. Alarmingly, this has popped up. I haven't had any exceedances. That all looks okay. Don't know how that came up. Must have accidentally pressed it. Nothing will ever replace stapler cam. It's been a while since I've used that. X-Plate classic. Dougal, sadly the 736 is giving you WASM crashes, so to confidently take it on VATSIM, sad to see PM, did you say it's our fault for too many add-ons in the community folder? I tried it empty, same result. Oh really? Yeah, I did see them post that they said you should empty your community folder, but I've been lucky, I've not experienced any WASM crashes, but then again I do have a relatively empty community folder. I like to, certainly with scenery, for stability, I always install scenery on a stream-by-stream basis. So, installed the Jetstream Designs Orly scenery. After this stream, I'll uninstall it. Aircraft, generally, I do keep them on. One thing I've noticed is certain add-ons. PMDG are guilty of this as well. When I had the TFDI MD11, or whatever the acronym is, when I uninstalled it, the amount of folders and I'll use the word crap in it installed on my PC. There were folders folders in documents, folders in the C drive, folders in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was about 7 or 8 different directories for all of the MD11 installation. So to actually remove all of it completely, you have to go into your computer and delete all these individual folders. But yeah, add-on linker I have heard of. I'm not using that, no. I'm just literally install, stream, uninstall. And that way I just keep it clean. I know what's in my PC. Things like the iFly, the PMDG, I keep permanently installed, but so I use them most frequently. But I have heard about add-on linker. Yeah, I might have to look into that. And that basically sort of just disables the add-ons whilst keeping them installed, I understand. I'll have a look at that. I might not get any ATC for this sector. Oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't check them. I swear I checked it a couple of days ago and it said Madrid, but it must have been last week's event. What ways to diversify your career are there? Become a CFR instructor, just go back to general aviation. Others occupy management position, seems like a lot to do. Yeah, I mean, I went the instructor examiner route. I'm very happy with that. Steve, use Revo uninstall Pro to remove software. It will hunt down all the folders left behind and even the registry entries. Oh, that's good. I do use C Cleaner occasionally, just the basic version to clear the registry out. I've done nothing to this PC yet. Hello 2 tons, 73 miles buddy. Got your CV in with 5 operators, pressing on with the career change. Had dinner with the passenger Escobar last night. He's here to finish type on the 7.6. Amazing. So many of you guys have met up. It's so cool. I know he's very excited to get onto the 7.6, but that's great, and good to hear that you're pressing on with your career as well, buddy. Excellent news. Alright, I'll have a look at add-on linker and Revo uninstaller. Look at that sunset. Superb. It's just like at work. Every time we depart the UK this time, typically around this time that we took off on lates, it's exactly what I'm seeing, guys, on a clear day. West coast of France over there. Beautiful. You can tell that's Bordeaux. I can never remember the name of the river, but you can see the two rivers join in. And then basically Bordeaux's at the tip of the V. So here you have the V there, and then Bordeaux. Beautiful. Hey Martin, even just joined, missed the news about the new PC. No, new. We'll hopefully never have a new PC, or maybe in 5 years' time. But all running well and smooth. And another thing, I don't know if it's my AIO cooler, it chucks out a lot less heat than my old PC did. Then again, the new PC did, the new PCs, that even less so. Two Tons still putting in CV with 7.3 operators as well. Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. I'm going to have a very busy year ahead, guys. A lot of recruitment going on at my operator, which is great news. Lots of checks, lots of training. It's great. Dougal, what was the issue with the faulty PC? Never heard fully back. Essentially, it was a faulty component from the factory. First received the PC, didn't power on. Chill Blast within 24 hours sent me 2 new sticks of RAM because the error code was associated with that, but it still came back with the same error code. So sent it back. Got the old PC back again. Didn't work. The GPU power cable became disconnected in transit, but then again I had CCTV footage of DPD drop kicking out the back of the van. Received it back a third time, worked fine for 2 weeks, and then it came up this infamous error code 00, which is basically CPU failure. It's kaput, didn't even boot. So yeah, there we are. It's Chill Blast to their credit. They said, what do you want to do? We can either give you a full refund or rebuild a brand new one from scratch. And I went, look, rebuild me a brand new one using none of the existing components, and we'll go from there. They upgraded for me the AIO cooler, and I actually downgraded the motherboard because I was getting a bit scared with this motherboard CPU combination, but it was in vain because most people have this combination. It's absolutely fine. So I have a gigabyte motherboard, and that's because I had that on my old PC as well. But there we are. Cut a long story short, rebuilt it from scratch. And this is the first stream. I've actually had the PC for about 10 days. I've just had no opportunity to stream since I received it because I had to set up everything again, and I've been very busy at work. Yeah, Martin, you know, I was disappointed to have those issues, but in their defence, in that whole period of time, I had the PC back twice with the repairs within a month period, and I should think the DPD chucking it around, which I had the evidence for, really didn't do it any good as well, and that's why I wanted it rebuilt from scratch primarily. But yeah, there we are, rebuilt, working fine, 5-year warranty. That's why I went with them, and I've stuck with them. Sam, do you think PCs now fear being sent to your house? They do. No, don't go to Flight Sim's house. There we are. Look, there's the Nightbot link, guys. If you're actually considering Chill Blast for your new PC, click the link. Have a look. They have got some promotions going on. At the moment, I am on a trial basis with Chill Blast. They have an affiliation program. I can't offer any discounts as of yet. In the future, I don't know. But if you click that link, if I was to order a PC, I would get a small amount of commission, which goes towards giveaways and whatnot in the future. But as I said, feel free to take a look. There are lots of other very good PC builders available. If you're brave enough and confident enough and you want to build one yourself, God, you're going to be crazy too, man. I'd be too scared, but do what you need to do. But yeah, if you click that link, and even if you close the window afterwards, great, works for me. Cat, if you're doing well, he's got RAM. Get him. I don't get that. But yeah, I'm done with tweaking PCs for the foreseeable. There's probably a little bit more fine tuning I could do here to increase the longevity of my build, but there we are. Anyway, the iFly performing in a very nice fashion en route. I don't have the overlay over the top anymore, just because I have to have a lot of additional add-ons and plugins, so I decided to stop using it. If you want to know where I'm going, you can look at the video description and ask me for ETA. Maybe I am looking perhaps at, there's lots of overlay options. I've looked at other streamers and they have some cool overlays. I need to think about what I want to do, but it's quite a clean look. But anyway, look, we're halfway. We're just past Bordeaux. We're now en route towards Biarritz. Just past Osmob. He's got RAM, get him, because RAM is so expensive, but I don't understand what that is in regards to Cat's context. But yes, it is a little expensive. That's one of the reasons I actually got it built in December, because I know prices will and have exploded. I certainly know with my specs, the same bill's about £600 more now in 2 months. Yeah, Volanta has overlays. I think that involves some sort of subscription. I'm always a fan of running minimal programs in the background. So obviously right now in this stream I've got a Navigraph, I've got New Sky logging my flight already. Okay, cool, so it would be nice to know so I can check on VATSIM radar where you are, you stalker. Today we're Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. But yes, I suppose. Looks like we've got approaching Madrid, that's great news. Yes. In hindsight I should have rechecked the event today. It's like we can see the Pyrenees off to the left hand side, beautiful. There they are. Very nice. Another thing as well, and I never got around to it on my new PC, but my new PC, I'm going to record a couple of tutorials. I purchased the updated Adobe Premiere Elements, which allows you to record in 2K natively and edit. Previously you could only do it in 4K, which meant it's a bit pointless because everything I record is in 2K. But hopefully it'll look really smart. I did some sort of test recordings and looked at the playback. You wouldn't tell it's a recording. It looks so good. Okay, we'll just turn up the lighting a little bit. There we go. It's not quite as bright, the backlight there, as it is here in the sim. In the real life it's not as bright. 164 miles to go, so we'll start thinking about setting up. Oh gosh, pressed ATC. Oh, is the Progress 4 bug fixed? I remember when you did that, it crashed the aircraft. I've always been a little bit tentative. I don't know if this has CPDLC or not. Oh yes, Itch and Scratch. I haven't, and I need to do a post about that. Guys, I'm famous. I did a magazine article. I need to go buy a copy tomorrow. Thanks a lot for sending it over. I actually got an email from the editor. Grab some screenshots. Yeah. So PC Pilot, a magazine I read when I was a teenager, dropped me an email. Well, 2 or 3 months ago, and asked if I'd like to feature in their latest edition. PC Pilot is a UK, PC flight simulation magazine. I said absolutely. So yes, without going into too much detail, I'll just quickly open Discord, itch it and scratch it. I'll just open the picture you sent me of the article. I won't get you to read it full, but yeah, I'll share that. I'll go purchase one. I used to get PC Pilot posted as well. I used to be a member. But yeah, I'll do a little sneak peek. We won't show everyone the full article, guys, but there you go. Check this out. Oh no, that's Navigraph charts. Look, PC Pilot. I won't show every page, but there's a 4-page interview. There you go. There's page 1. So PC Pilot available in all reputable stores. You can order it online digitally as well. It was issue number 162. I'm going to go to WH Smith's tomorrow and grab a copy because I've actually only read it from your message, but yeah, it would be PC Pilot would be nice to show people there. As long as you're not the centrefold, I'll read it. Brilliant. No, it's like the front cover. No, I actually have no idea. But they do a content creator series, I think. But I think it's a quarterly edition now. It's not monthly, is it? Yeah, Dougal, you can go into WH Smith's and purchase it. page 58. There you are. No, I'm not page 1. I'm somewhere in the middle of these. But no, that's 2. I've done 2 magazine. I did one for FS Elites magazine. God, 5-6 years ago now. Posing in his lumberjack shirt, leaning on an Airbus. Deary me. Expensive in print form, yeah. Otherwise, only £70 a year for 4 copies. And that's for the digital subscription. Yeah, I think in print it's quite expensive. But, you know, they've got to make a living. I mean, everything's expensive these days. Look at that. Superb. Nicholas, yep, on the new PC. Working well. So yeah, I think we'll fly the Dash 8 next then. I've been wanting to sort of fly that for a while. But where are we going to go in the Dash 8? I was thinking, I think someone made a suggestion in the Discord to fly in Papua New Guinea or along these lines. I want it to be somewhere cool. I already do it as a 1 sector, but I want to fly it somewhere challenging. Probably on Sunday I'll do that. What are we today? Thursday? Yeah, Sunday. On Sunday I'll do that. Norway would be very befitting, because it still obviously operates up there. Flybe classic route. I think we've got Alpaca Airways. Oh no, dude, that's terrible. Someone a nasty little. Yes, well, I can think of a 4-letter word. I had that happen to me in Spain once. So when I lived in Spain, I had a car with UK registration plates. I think someone wasn't too impressed by that in Spain, in Alicante. So I had a huge key marked down it in a public car park. And there you go. Touch wood. No one has ever done anything since. Having said that, today I nearly had a side-on collision with a cement mixer that decided to pull out in front of me. Right in front of me at a junction on a B road. Just didn't look, and I had to slam on the brakes anyway. It decided to apologise, but I was like, I was nearly in the side of this cement mixer. It was down a back road, and it's just a very quiet road, so I just didn't look. Design, my boss had that happen right outside of work. Not happy yet. Isn't it with the Teslas? Teslas have little cameras, don't they, down the side? I think my 130,000 mile Passat won't need that. Stephen, you'd have been really stuck there. Wait, where's my drum roll? Oh, anyway, fingers crossed. You get the little bugger. Right. Anyway, how many miles? 120. Yeah, we'll start setting up for the approach, guys. Let's have a little look here. So someone did say there is some ATC now. Well, yeah, Barcelona would have been the best place to go. Look at all that traffic. Never mind, guys. I do. It was only, well, to be fair, only one controller approach. Actually, no. Is that approach or ATIS? That's going to be hard work. Maybe it was a blessing in disguise to go to Madrid, which also has the same amount of controllers. Well, maybe we've done the right thing. Thanks for your subscription, LJ03209 Oscar. Welcome. Let's start setting up for the approach. So, VNav forecast. Let's fetch the winds from ACARS. Steve, glad you missed that, but if a full cement mix is a hell of a lot of a mass to hit. Oh yeah, I mean, I slammed on the brakes. I mean, I had full brakes. I probably stopped probably 20 meters before, but if I wasn't paying attention, you never know. Right, I think it defaults to inches of mercury. I think that's the equivalent QNH there, so we'll just leave it. Execute. Fixed rings, very likely to be runway 32 right today. So runway 32 right. 10 miles. Flat 1, 4 miles for gear down flat 15. What's our height above the ground? So actually, one thing you got to remember in Madrid, the elevation is 2,000 feet. So typically at 10 miles you want to be at 5,000 feet, not 3,000 feet, something to bear in mind, but we'll just times this by 3, so 37 times 3. What's that, 108, so around 108 miles from the airport we'll start our top of descent. You might notice on the map though, it won't quite align. Oh, it actually does align, that's strange, even though we're going all the way around. Anyway, HDB on a hold for an hour there, but it looks, yeah, it looked really busy and fast there. But with one controller, that's never going to work. They have 2 centres, 2 approach, 1 tower, 3 grounded delivery. Oh, so Navigraph is just out of date, hasn't updated. That just showed 1 approach controller. Oh well. Right, fixed rings in. Routing then. So we're going to come in via Banev. Switch that to plan. There we are, so starting at Banev. Banev 150 above, checks in the FMC. We're then going to go to the Barahona VOR. Ban 150 above. Pinar. Not seen an L210 before, but there we are. 210 below, 150 above. 545. Nosco. Clearance limit, have to hold if we don't hear anyone from there. There's MD 530 to Rugby. Hold at Rugby if not cleared approach. 8,000 feet above, checks the FMC, 220 knots or below. So we check that routing, loss of comms as a separate page. Pilots must plan the descent profile to comply with the following speed and level restrictions as specific points or equivalent positions. If unable, advise ATC. Descent profiles will adjust to these restrictions to reduce, where it is possible, either fuel consumption, acoustic environmental impact in the airport vicinity. And there's your speed restrictions as well. So it's all coded correctly. Gear flat 15 to 4 miles per operation, have a heart attack. Do it every day. What's going on? No problem. Anyway, that's good. Approach. 3-2 right. Coming in from Rugby. So we'll just check the lateral routing from Rugby. Mike Delta 570, 7,000 feet or above. Mike Delta 575. Yahoo, which is the initial fix. And then the Foxtrot India 3-2 right, 5,000 feet or above. That's here. The final. Well, it's not a final approach fix, but the intercept point for the glide slope. So we check the lateral routing and the height restrictions. Let's now look at the rest of the chart. So MSA train's obviously based off the elevation. There's not a huge amount of sort of hills or things around Madrid, but MSA is 5,000. Elevation 2,000. So ILS frequency then is 109.1. I'll keep the charts up there. We'll set that now. So we'll change that to ILS 109.1. Active. On box 1 and 2. VOR, missed approach. Let's put the I'm on heading Mike Bravo Bravo, which is the DME of the localizer. Left turn max 185 to intercept 290 from Sierra Sierra Yankee. Yeah, a bit of a messy VOR, but we'll tune Sierra Sierra Yankee 1785 on standby. And then row fix is based off Victor Tango Bravo, so 1127 box 2. It's a bit of a complex missed approach to get you away from the airport, you see, and other approaches. So ILS frequencies are set, courses are 323. 323. 323. And the minimums, that was good timing, minimums, approaching minimums, the minimums 2094. Meg Klein, 39 months, somebody, or something I've heard you do, but haven't heard others do, is to verbally acknowledge in the turn. GLSOP, what do you mean, I haven't heard others, is to verbally acknowledge in the turn. Isn't that like a GA thing? I don't know what that's in reference to, but thank you very much for your continued support as a member. I'll have to confirm what you actually mean by your question then. Thank you. Minimum is 2094, verified here, RVR 550 meters. So let's set 2094 now. Oops, went a bit past it. Oops. Oh, it's super sensitive. Oh, nearly. There we are. 2094. Great. So, missed approach. It is complex, but it all seems to be coded correctly. Left turn 9.3, which is Delta 290 India. November point, then row fix to hold, so it looks good laterally. Right then, fuel 2.7, alternates to go to Valencia. We need 2.5. We have like one go around, and we have to quickly decide whether we commit to Madrid or divert to Valencia and arrive with final reserves intact. So not much extra, but the weather's forecast to be fine. 4 runways here, it's all okay. So I'd like to commit to Madrid unless the weather was terrible, which it's not. Landing on 32 right then. Yes, what a layout. Vacate Kilo 5, that's the plan. And wish me luck wherever we park. Last time I was in Madrid I was parked down here and took my time to get there, that's for sure. But we landed on 32 left at the time. Anyway, 32 right, Kilo 5, and then goodness knows where we're going to taxi. It's just default airport, but I think it's one of the Microsoft Flight Sim Premier airports, so it's had some adjustments. So the markings might not be quite great. I remember when we departed off 36 left though, this here is just crazy. It's very complex, like, to make sure you get it correct. There you are. I don't think I've heard it today, but I picked it up from a stream a few months ago. What's that mic looking? I said in the turn. Oh, you must find the timestamp and reference for that stream there, because I can't remember saying that at all. There's nothing in our SOPs regarding reference to that. Anyway, fuel going to burn 800 kilos, landing weight, oh that's heavy, 66.2, but max landing weight 68. So, oh, absolutely fine. There is a sim brief landing performance calculator, but having a look here, the runway length is 3,500 meters. We'll go flap 30, order brake 3. I'll probably take the order brake out early to make sure that we can make that exit. So flap 30, order brake 3, and we'll use reverse thruster idle. Might as well. Last flight of the day, let's say. We'll have a night out in Madrid, won't we, Jim? Jim? Check's complete. There we go. Sasha, interesting news from the FS Elite. A developer is working on the 787-900. More details are revealed at FS Weekend. Interesting. We need a decent 787. Oh, guys, should I tell everyone about my... I could win a prize, can't I? I completely forgot. Who is this with, guys? Mods? I can't remember. I've been shortlisted as epic content creator. Vote for me. Oh, God. Who is it with? FS Elite or Navigraph? Vote. Here we've got 240 people watching. I could get 240 votes here. What am I entered into? I don't know any of this. Let me get Discord. I'll find the link. Oh dear. Banter. I have been shortlisted in Flight Sim Awards 2026. Yes, award ceremony. You'll see me there in my tuxedo. To get the reward. Let me get the link. It's quite good. So I'll send the link and you can vote for several categories. All you're interested in is the content creator one. I'll get the link. You've got to choose the the best community. Yes, link above. Thanks, Domino Mosina. I'll pin it. I'll pin it for the stream. Pin the message. Anyone that's going to join that is going to think that's some sort of dodgy link. There we are. Vote for me for ultimate content creator, isn't it? Ultimate content creator of the 21st century. I'll see you at the awards ceremony. Where is it? Vegas? Yeah. Oscars? Right after the Oscars. Running from Pierre, I love it. I had no idea. Someone told me. I was like, oh, that's nice. Don't vote for any of those other, you know, mediocre content creators. No, I'm joking. There are some fantastic content creators out there. I'm not a fan of the term for myself. I do this for banter, for fun. But I do sometimes look at some of the other guys who are full-time flight sim streamers, and they have incredibly professional setups. They are complete home builds. The cockpits look really good, great graphics, you know. So do consider the other contenders. Well, don't consider, only vote for me. But I'm not saying that there are some other really good content creators out there. You just have to remember I'm the best. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, anyway. Prize is an hour flight with an instructor. Yeah, not me. Rent an actual alpaca, send it up to get the award, that's it. The ultimate award ceremony moment. Sadly, Sam can't be here today. He's in Japan. Oh dear. Brilliant. Right, top of the set's coming up, just under 40 miles. Like I said, the plan is to fly the planned star onto the ILS. A good test of VNAV. My understanding, the iFly 737 MAX doesn't have common VNAV, so it should follow the path if we're on path, but off it will probably revert to speed. And it should be a beautiful sunset. I'll try to remember to turn on the replay tool. Domino, if there was a category for the baldest live streamer, you'd have a pretty high chance of winning, right? Hilarious. Move along. You can moderate someone else's stream now. Hey, I have hair. Sup. I've actually met up with a couple of course mates from my Oxford Aviation Academy days. They happen to be in the surrounding area. And it was really nice to catch up with them, actually. One of them I hadn't seen probably since the course started. One pilot for Emirates, another for another European airline. And yeah, we met up for some beers yesterday. It was very, very good fun. Hello Malaysia. Question, what's the difference between common VNAV and basic VNAV? So common VNAV was an update which came from an FMC package, which basically changed the logic with how VNAV works. Again, different airlines I think have different options, but all of our fleet are fitted with common VNAV. Basically, whenever you're on your path in descent, VNAV path, you know, your little indicator on the ND with the diamond here, it will stay in path even if you open the speed window. And this system was updated called Common VNAV. With older logics, if you were to approach logic and you open the speed window, it would go to a mode called VNAV speed and pitch for your speed as a priority. Whereas on the Common VNAV, if you're on path and VNAV path is engaged, it will lock onto the path. It doesn't actually care for speed unless you open the speed window, and then the auto throttle will attempt to add thrust to maintain it, or if you're going too fast, you'll need to add drag to control the speed. Domino, cool to meet after all those years. Did you guys envy each other as the aircraft types? It's a lot of banter flowing. There was. The my mate who's on the Emirates, he's giving me a lot of banter about the food he gets and whatnot. We just took the mic saying, well, yeah, well, you just do an autoland every day onto a 4,000 metre runway. Greg, who decides what config gel aircraft should have? That's a great question, actually. Don't know. But Common VNAV is incredibly simple to understand how it works. Jacob, how do you open the speed window? Great question. There's a little button on the MCP here, which I've just brought up here. There you go. See it, press speed intervent. See the speed window open? Obviously we're in the cruise phase here, so what that does, it opens the speed window and then I can adjust the Mach number. And obviously the auto throttle will respond to that. But in descent, I'll show you. I understand the iFly 737 MAX doesn't have common VNAV. Thanks for subscribing, Jimmy DeHands. Welcome aboard. You can see here, this isn't on the real aircraft, but you see these little purple lines here. You can see where your physical thrust levers would be in the sim. So you can move those around, which is quite, I really like that, so you can match it up before you disconnect the auto throttle. So I've always had that on as an option with add-ons that give it to you. Oh, that's my doorbell. I hope my wife has heard it. Are we expecting a package? I'm just going to check my cameras. Oh, it was Amazon, that's fine. They've left it on the front door. It's all good. There we are, top of descent. Well, we'll set it as per the next restriction on the star. what have we got here then? We have 150 Banev, so let's set 150. And VNAV will automatically commence descent. Passing top of descent. Let's see how the behaviour is on the transition. So there we are, retard. So thrust is slowly reduced. That's a bit fast. It wouldn't reduce as quick as that in the real aircraft. It's much slower. However, it's beautifully transitioned onto the path. And in path, it'll only follow this and not care about the speed. But it's designed... The gradient of this path is designed to maintain the speed with idle thrust. There we are. It was overall okay. The thrust reduction was a bit quick, but it's smooth, nice smooth transition, and it's holding the speed really nicely. So, very good. Nathan ILS Zulu 32 right from approach as expected. That's exactly what I got in real life last time, but then they switched it to 32 left last minute. It was like, oh, which was convenient for us to be fair, but it's a bit of a faff rebrief on the descent. And now I'll match my thrust levers to idle. There we are. Great stuff. Beautiful. Chomping on someone else's contrail by the looks of it. And the sun is setting. Hello Mike Wheeler, is there any add-ons that make the colours using Sims a little more colourblind friendly? There are lots of reds, purples, browns which all look the same. That's a fantastic question. There probably is. And I think in the NVIDIA controller, can't you change the colours? There's probably something, Mark, that can be adjusted to accommodate those colours, but I'm afraid I don't know that information, I'm afraid, sir. Optimus, I routinely get told to add drag during descent due to increasing speed. Is this normal for a real life descent? Yep, can be, typically. And there you go, drag required. The real aircraft is probably a little bit more accurate, however on certain days it's rubbish at maintaining the speed, but here it's trickled a little bit high. Usually it's the other way around, you get low on speed, but yeah, there's so many variables. It's based off your actual weight. Typically the weight you put in the FMC is heavier than the actual aircraft weights as well, but generally speaking, the aircraft's pretty good at maintaining the speed, but it's trickled a little bit above our target. Again, just monitor it. Obviously, as you accelerate above your target speed, there's a little bit more parasitic drag, so naturally it sort of stops accelerating as it is. And we're not on any direct speed control. In fact, we're not going to be until we get to waypoints. Not for a while, look, so here at Nosco, so it's quite a way to go. Greg, thank you. 75 months as a member, another month as a subscriber to add to the tally. Cheers, buddy. 75 months, which also coincides with our 75th members only group flight next month. So thank you very much for your continued support for over what's that, 6 years? Wow, unbelievable. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. Jacob, but with almost no wind, is it good? Again, in the real aircraft. I was discussing this in Discord with one of the members. We assume that every passenger weighs 84 kilos. Typically they're lighter than that. So when we put the zero fuel weight in, the actual zero fuel weight is probably 2 tons lighter, but we obviously have to be conservative in aviation. Having said that, VNAV generally holds the speed. Wind is a different variable in the equation. It can affect your VNAV path, but typically this deviation's a little bit further than I'd expect. But as I said, you do one sector, it's bang on next sector, you're having to keep adding thrust, so there you go. But yeah, that's a little faster than I'd expect. And I've always found in Microsoft Flight Simulator, parasitic drag isn't... It's there, there's more drag as you accelerate, but typically you hit a sort of a wall with VNAV path, and it will go from there. Catherine, yeah, 84 kilos is assumed, and that's quite a standardised weight, I think, for Europe. So every passenger is assumed to weigh 84 kilos, when I don't actually know what the average weight of a typical person is. But I wouldn't overthink these things. I find a trait with desktop simulator pilots, you do sometimes overthink certain elements of things. Don't worry about the speed creeping. If I was in the real aircraft doing this, I'd be like, oh great, we'll just take the extra speed. Unless I was under specific speed control. It's not a big thing. Beautiful scenery. Really nice. Oh, it's so smooth as well. Oh, beautiful. Jacob, does it follow the FCOM numbers, or is it the safe side when it comes to vertical speed? It's pretty close. It's been reliable. Follow the figures, pitch power. You'll get the aircraft doing what it wants to do. What's the aircraft's in trim? Again, we don't routinely look at the figures in the FCOM. Ding dong. Who wants a chat? It is Madrid approach 2403. Oops, never copied the ATIS, but I think looking out the window, I've got a rough idea of how it is. I'll just have a quick read of it. Madrid arrivals. Information Bravo, runway 32 left and 32 right for arrivals. Variable 1 knot, Cavo K, 21 degrees. We can preset the QNH 1024.
Alpaca 30 Foxtrot, via route B.
Information is Bravo.
Runway 3 to right, as number 2.
Angle bank 25 degrees, well spotted. FPT 9694. I forgot that on purpose. I always forget one thing in descent. It's typically that, and someone's observant enough to spot. Thank you.
Sequence reduce speed 180 knots.
With C180 knots for your base, 8 line.
Hay aproximación con todo el dolor de mi corazón.
He's asking me to contact him. I'm trying.
Muchísimas gracias por el control y que tenga muy buena tarde.
Anti-cheeky.
Pues también lo siento mucho por ti. Hasta otra. Adiós.
Hasta luego, gracias.
Madrid, muy buenas. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, descending flight level 150 inbound to Pinar. Information Bravo 1024. 737 max. I forgot what the code was. B38 Mike.
32 Alpha Bravo. Good afternoon. Madrid approach. Identify. Climb. Descent flight level 160. And the banner for Delta arrival. Expect ILS to approach. Runway 3 to right.
Expect 32 right via the banners for hotel arrival. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. So we just need to change the start.
Verify 5 Charlie Mike.
Okay, I'll be reducing the streets volume for 80. Good luck. Cheers, Malaysia.
QNH 1024.
Good idea, don't get distracted.
Via route B, you're clear for ALS to approach runway 3 to right.
Banners for hotel.
Go down to 8,000
Well, I can't see a Hey?
Europe 85 satellite.
For hotel. Did he say for hotel or I misheard him?
Iberia 04 Papa Romeo, pues puesta en marcha y retroceso aprobados, aprobando al sur sobre Delta Interior.
Aprobando al sur, Iberia 04.
Hey! A Banev, that's why.
4780, Banev for Delta.
Well, there isn't a Banev for hotel. It's 3 bar Bravo or 4 Delta.
Good evening, radar contact.
I think I heard 4 hotel, but it's only a 4 Delta onto this runway.
Continue on the Banev for Delta arrival.
Yeah, 4. He probably did say 4 Delta, and it sounded like 4 hotel. There isn't one anyway, so I can't say it in Spanish anyway. Perfect. Well, we'll stick as per the plan.
Iberia 0443,
Look at that,
taxi
guys.
holding point Yankee 3,
He does. I have to admit, that's the sort of attitude I take with desktop simulation flying. It's fine. But in real life, I'll be like saying, right, let's just double check that.
Taxi to Honey Point Yankee
Yeah,
3.
desktop simulation one, it's fine.
Delta
Be alright.
India, left here, left Mike, Mike symbol.
I thought he said hotel, so I must be as deaf as you. That's not reassuring, Steve. I think it's how hotel and Delta sounds in Spanish, perhaps. Hope the volumes are all okay. Sometimes ATIS, VATSIM can be a bit louder. Just to make sure I can hear the controller, that's all. It'd be right. Just scratch it.
Europa 85 Charlie Mike, descend 8,000 feet.
There's that contrail still. It's quite low to have a contrail. 21,000 feet.
Okay, you already cleared me down to 8,000 from the ILS for 32 left, but down to 8,000 to the ILS for 32 left.
Beautiful. Thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. 280 of you this evening. If you enjoyed the stream, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to click the link that's pinned to vote for Ultimate Content Creator. Me! Now please do consider the other entries.
Defensa cargo 8205, wind calm, runway
I have to get my tux out. Tux out.
Clear to take off runway 36 right, Defensa cargo 205 heavy.
You did say Delta.
Good day,
Didn't correct your hotel read back. Okay.
Afternoon,
No worries.
Madrid approaches Calais.
Whole snow, very good.
13, we are descending flight level 150 and reduce speed to 280.
It was my ability to listen.
Traffic in front of us.
But I did read back hotel, so if I read back hotel, he should just go, yeah, Delta. All good, all good. Look at this.
Squawk 1000 Calais 613.
Alpaca 1 Mike November, reduce speed 200.
Consider the choices, but make sure you select flight data sim.
Alpaca 1 Mike November.
I should rock up with my silver play button, shouldn't I, as well? Yeah, yeah. What I'll do, I've got an idea, guys. Here it is. Just
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo,
What's
reduce
me?
speed 220.
reduce speed 220 knots, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. So with common VNAV, you can't do what I'm going to do here. Speed intervent, reduce speed. Oh, it doesn't have common VNAV, look. So it's staying in VNAV path, interesting. But you've got to make sure you update the speeds. Here, execute, and it will build a new path based off 220 knots.
Yeah, 0443, yeah, now turn left and right and
So I'm going to
right and
extend the
right
speed brake.
all the way.
So yeah, what I'm going to do, guys, is get this.
Runway 36.
Yeah, I'm going to get a chain and put it around my neck.
Right, Mike.
Sort of B.A. Baracus style. Some of my older viewers will know who B.A. Baracus is. I had all of the A-Team series on VHS growing up. And Airwolf and Knight Rider.
Oh, sorry,
A fan of all.
Already gifted, sorry.
Pity the fool.
Alpaca 1 Mike in November.
So look, what we've done here, updated the MCP speed to target speed 220 knots. Told the FMC that's what I want to do, and I'm bringing speed brake to assist with that descent. So I should be able to actually close the speed intervent. There you go, target speed 220 on path. There we are, retard arm. But we're going to level off now anyway.
And just confirm our speed will be 220 knots.
Now you can reduce speed 200 knots.
Speed 200
Okay,
knots.
slow the speed brake.
Muy buenas, Mari Control de Liberia 32 Charlie Papa, acabamos de pasar el fix Aduxo y estamos ahora mismo descendiendo a nivel de
Well, Madrid's busy enough, I think, guys.
150.
Next stream, can have 18 music intro, that'll be wicked. But I will be kicked off YouTube for that.
Runway 32 right, clear to land, Alpaca 32 Mike Papa.
Okay, I'll pop on the seatbelt sign. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, request further descent.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1024, and via Rusby, clear ILS approach runway 32 right.
Descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1024 via Rusi, we cleared ILS Zulu 32 right, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. So 8,000 feet is set. I've got a level change because I'm a little bit above profile. Level change is always the best mode if you want to get down quickly. QH 1024 set, passing 16,100 for 8,000 feet, no flags. Standby altimeter is set. So guys, if I'm limited to 220 knots, target speed's 220 knots, and I'm high on profile, what's my only option to get back on path now if I can't speed up? I'll wait until I see the answer and I'll do it. The only option. But it's actually not the only option, but a bit too high to otherwise select. You've got it, Alonso. Speed brake. So I'll extend that to flight detent. You could go flat one, but 15,000 feet a bit high.
Alpaca 1 Mike in November, speed 180.
So speed restricted 220 knots. Typically above 10,000 feet would accelerate to 250 or higher. Because it's the most efficient way to regain the profile, but I've been told 220 knots or less. Or 220 knots exactly. Drop the gear, a 90s SOP. Yeah, that's an option too.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, descend 8,000 feet, QNH 1024.
So 8,000 feet, QNH 1024, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. There we are, that's what we're doing. Now we've been cleared approach, so that means if we cleared approach, step down to 8,000 via Rugby, we can descend further past Rugby because we're cleared for the ILS. So after Rugby, we can step down to 7,000, then 6,000 feet as we go. Carl Wright, new FMC. Hasn't they always had this FMC, the iFly? Yeah, because the Max has always had the VNAV button. Alright, so we're now on path. Re-engage VNAV. It's going to pitch up to maintain the path. Stow to speed brake because this path is designed with idle thrust to maintain 220 knots. Cobra maneuver. That would help. That's also some paperwork as well. As if the wings haven't fallen off. Side snipping. So FMC speed, it's added thrust a bit early to keep the speed. Seems to also be doing a very shallow descent. This is a bit sort of not quite right. Should be doing an idle path descent here. Hello Aved, first flight on the Max a few weeks ago, shocked how quiet it was and how quiet the new aircraft are. Can't beat the growl of the NG. Yes, CFM does have a lovely whine, but yeah, the Max and the 180 knots, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Now I've got no choice now but to select flaps because I can't go below the upspeed without selecting flaps. So open the speed window, bug the upspeed, select flap 1. And this is where flap 2 on the 737 series is really useful because I don't want the extra drag from flap 5. But I need to get to 180, so if I select flap 2, there you go, I can actually bug 180 without selecting flap 5. So flap 2 is now extended.
Stand 264 by Kilo Charlie left Alpha, Alpha to the south, Alpha 3.
Leading edge devices are in the extend position. Happy days. There we are, it seems to be holding the path nicely and slowly decelerating. Hello, talking about noise abatement, there should be following adverse weather conditions. So yeah, weather avoidance always takes precedence. And you do your best to follow noise abatement. If you need to avoid a thunderstorm, you have to avoid a thunderstorm. Alright, more than 12,000 feet is about 10,000 feet above the ground, so we do the post cruise check. So fuel 4 pumps, 3 tons on board.
180 knots.
Lights on.
Or less.
APU's on. APU. Angular bank 25 degrees. Pressurization 4.0. Set. Belts on. Recall. Jim, you can have the VSD on. There we are. Checks complete.
I see traffic in front of me in my radar.
That's really good. Actually, got all the terrain display here as well. That's really smart. It's a really good on this.
It's used at 11 o'clock at your position. No problem. No cost.
HMS Daring, that's just beautiful. Dusk and dawn are easily the best times of day to fly. Yeah, and I timed the 3:30 start, so we had this beautiful approach for you. Not sure about the path though, it doesn't seem to be doing sort of an idle path descent. Oh, he's loud, sorry guys. Yeah, so it's sort of just doing 650 feet per minute. Let's just keep an eye on it. Frenchy fish, 44 mubs. Given it's only 2 in the morning, too tired to think of a good heckle with my membership pass. Get some sleep, buddy. Thank you very much for tuning in. Where are you, Fred? You must be in Asia somewhere. Oceania. What are you, 8 hours ahead, yeah. Okay, we'll start the replay tool soon.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo via Rugby, clear ILS Zulu approach, runway 32 right, the number 3.
Via Rugby, cleared ILS Zulu 32 right, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Perfect. So he's got a lot of traffic, sometimes he's got to remember who he's cleared and whatnot. Western Australia, oh lovely. Hope you've had a good summer there, buddy.
Alpaca to Mike Papa, taxi stand 264 via Alpha.
Hello Mr. Fanari, 14 months as a member. You're an actual alpaca. So 14 months have now started to get cloven hooves. Cloven hooves, is this normal? Should I seek medical help? Oh yes, that happens. It's like taking Polyjuice potion. Yeah. Hey, who's impressed with my Harry Potter knowledge?
Papa, taxi stand 258 via.
Excellent. Cheers, buddy.
Kilo Charlie Alpha Hotel 3 and Delta.
Gosh, oh yes, Madrid taxi instructions. Gotta watch me get lost.
258 Kilo, Charlie.
Get my pen out ready.
Delta, Alpaca 30 Foxtrot.
Yeah, I'm not sure about path now, guys. This is on path, and it's been doing a 650 feet per minute descent for ages. I don't know if this is... Oh, I know what this will be. It'll be some sort of geometric path descent, won't it? So... It's probably gone between here and worked out to pass what you need to here is a fixed angle as opposed to level off an idle path. This is a spitting start. That's a llama.
2
tons, Airwolf, classic. We loved it in the UK. Amazing. That scenery, guys. Stunning.
Alpaca 30 Foxtrot, taxi stand 5.
So he slowed us right down. 180 knots is very early, but no, the controller's, it's his job to accommodate this. 180 knots out here. We've got how many miles to touchdown? We've been flying this speed for the last 5 minutes. We've still got 26 miles to go. It's very early. 180 knots is typically a base leg speed restriction, but he told me to fly 180, so we fly 180. I love the sound of his radio. He sounds really realistic. I wonder what he's using.
Siga el rumbo, un segundito. Sí, un momento, si le llamo.
Coming onto our long base leg. There we are. A little bit of a spoiler wobble. You missed approach clearance, so did I. What did he say, Citizen HD? I missed that.
Confirma directos a Runway.
Alright, we can step down to 7,000 feet now anyway. It's already cleared us for the approach. 7,000 feet set. Look at that. 7,000 feet set. Sorry, I lost that. I did hear you get your landing clearance. Alright, regardless of this path descent style, I think it's geometric path, it's put us onto the glide slope with some sort of continuous descent.
Alpaca 1 Mike in November.
After MD 570 we can step down to 6,000 feet. We have been cleared ILS. Can't see any of the other traffic on TCAS. It would actually help if I have traffic selected. I must have accidentally deselected that earlier. And as we brief for 3-2 right, guys, we need to vacate to the left, Kilo 5. And then we'll just take our time with the taxi restrictions. Right, let's do the replay. Dodgy default replay. Record. Done, and I can now close this. Awesome. Okay, we can now actually step down to 6,000 feet. Set, should have MCP cam on really. There we are. And now I'm going to switch to vertical speed. Vertical speed, you can use this to finesse and get right onto the glide slope. So I'm just going to wind that to 500 to get myself onto the white diamond. The magenta triangle is your VNAV path. The white hollow diamond is your glide slope of the ILS. Electric MCP cam. What do you think, guys? Do you like it or not? It's just, you know, pro streamer. What do you use the replay tool in 2024? It's the stock flight recorder. It's alright. The audio is not matched up, they all synced. It's a bit dodgy. Oh no, I just realised I don't think I've got my funky replay music. No, I never put it back in the streaming software. Uh-oh. I'll have to find another jingle. Right, cleared ILS, arming approach. You see that shallow rate of descent I've set? It's going to put me right onto the glide slope for me. We'll go flat 5 now. Speed checked. I'll maintain 180 knots still.
Via Lima, Alpha, and left and Echo Bravo.
Yeah, it's running around the edge of the MCP cam. It's cool, isn't it?
Madrid aproximación, buenas tardes, aquí Iberia 07.
Looks like I got it from Halfords.
Oh,
Oh, not pot concentrate. Look at my glide slope escape me. This VSFR. There, it's alright. Localizer glide slope capture. Now, the aircraft did a little left jink there. It shouldn't do that. On the real aeroplane, it will never turn towards the sort of localize like that. It will always turn in the direction you're intercepting from. Runway heading 323. Missed approach altitude 6,000 feet. Set. Yeah, now the drag model here, flap 5, is pretty good. So it's pretty good, and it's just a little bit above the glide slope as well, so it's perfect. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, established ILS Zulu 32 right.
Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo, continue approach number 2.
Continue approach, Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. So 11 miles.
4780, speed 160 knots.
Traffic, I think, ahead is either over the threshold or already landed. Oh, look at this, guys. How good does that look? So speed, 10 miles, 184. We'll keep an eye on it. Don't need flap 10 just yet. I'll arm the speed brake now. Yeah, 2 tons I shouldn't do. Well, I should think it shouldn't do that in the 777. But it never turns left then right like it did there. It was only a little jink. And no knowledge on the Airflow 737 Max. I've not spoken to them.
Roger that, taxi stand
2500.
Tango 20, Tango 20. Via
So just put terrain on the VSD here. This really good terrain database. So there's the hills ahead. So you see these blue dashed lines either side of the white line. That's where it's looking ahead. And you see the 2 little yellow blips at the hills ahead.
Alpha Bravo, wind count runway 32 right, clear to land.
Runway 32 right, clear to land. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Great. Go to 4 miles. We'll start configuring now because it's single pilot. Star switches, recall, speed brakes on, green light, landing gear. A bit of flaps next.
Alpha and
Alright, cool. On that basis then, let's hand fly. Disconnecting auto throttle. Oh, it's flicked off on my MCP as well. Wonderful. No, I cancelled the light. Didn't cancel the light though, annoyingly. Disconnect the autopilots. No, that button's not working. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. No, it's better I disconnected now, not earlier. It's all beautifully in trim.
Iberia 0443 for the climb, monitor advisory 122 decimal 8, Papa.
Right, starting a little bit of thrust, coming 4 miles, gear down, flap 50, match speed, landing checklist. So the start switches are in continuous, recall, checked, speed brake on, green light, landing gear down to green, auto brake is set to 3, speed below 175, flap 30, and I can also match the speed here, which is pretty cool. Leading edge devices are moving to the full extent position. So in the max, we're around 52-53% M1 to maintain the speed. Yeah, the pitch power on this is very good. So I'm actually now looking at the PAPIs and not the glide slope. This is default scenery, so yeah, it looks like I'm 3 reds even though the glide slope shows me high, so I'm ignoring the glide slope and flight director guidance now. Just looking at the PAPIs. So flaps ready, green light, lights on, clear to land, checklist complete. So ignoring the flight directors, ignoring the glide slope, using the PAPIs.
300.
3 red, slight adjustment. There we go, keep ascending.
200 plus 100.
Check, no wind, no excuse.
100
Check.
minimum.
Continue. That seemed a bit low to the runway.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
I think that's a butter. Speed brakes up, reverses.
Alpaca to Mike, Papa.
Idle reverse is fine.
Yeah, sorry for that. I give you a
100 knots.
You continue by Hotel 3.
Manual braking.
Stand 374.
80 knots.
374.
Where's that exit? Is it there? 60
okay,
knots.
continue by Hotel 3 Delta.
Is that the exit there? Or is that?
374.
Ooh, don't hoping that's 6.
Zero Foxtrot, same for you. Stand.
Oh, that was the exit. Bugger.
Correction.
Kilo
stand
4, didn't look very clear.
Via Hotel and Delta.
Cancelling reverse.
370 via Hotel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madrid. This flare was great, felt great. Landing technique worked well. Awesome. Kilo 4, missed Kilo 5.
Attack 1 Mike number, change of stand, no 60, but now stand.
I think I can ride down to 10 knots.
5, 6.
Wind calm, the deadliest of conditions. It is. It's what it catches you out.
Attack 32 Alpha Bravo, taxi stand 352 via Kilo Charlie, Alpha, Hotel 3 and Delta. Follow company traffic.
Stand 352 via Kilo Charlie, Alpha, Hotel 3 Delta, follow company traffic. Alpaca 32 Alpha Bravo. Gracias, senor.
Madrid approaches.
Alright, where's my company? Come back! Wait for me! Wait for me! Kilo Charlie, right, there's first left. Kilo Charlie, Alpha. I hate Madrid. I hate Madrid in real life. I hate Madrid in the sim. It's so complex. Where's Alpha? Alpha, first left. Alpha, Hotel 3. Alpha, Alpha. Alpha. Alright, let me just get on to Alpha first. Alright. First left. Yeah, slow down, wait for me. There's nothing better when you hear a controller say follow company traffic. It's like, oh, no problem. Just gotta make sure they go the right way. Great. Madrid, love it, Valley 18. Madrid. There we are. Right. Start cleaning up. Thanks, Malaysian Aviator. You're my hero. Out off trim. Yeah, very nice. Flare landing technique was spot on. Check close hold worked. Good add-on, guys. Excellent add-on. 8.75 out of 10 for realism. MCP started up. There we are. Steady.
Yeah, I know, correct. Yeah.
Okay, cleanup's complete. So, 2.8 tons of fuel. Transponder to standby. Right then, so where are we? We're on Alpha. He then said Hotel 3 Delta. Let's firstly find our stand 352. Is it on the south side? It helps where you know where you're going to park. Oh, I need to know where I'm going as well.
Gate 4.
Aha! 352. Okay, I need to look where I'm going. 352 is here. I found my stand. So it was Kilo Charlie, Alpha Delta. It's just Alpha. I think it's just literally, yeah, Alpha Hotel 3. Oh, it's hopeless. Hopeless. I wouldn't actually taxi this close to the airplane as well. So it's very much a straight line. Sorry, you can't see the taxi line. Young lad seems to be very proficient on the radio. It's just that when he said Alpha then Hotel 3, that's the only thing I'm trying to find. So this is where in real life you stop the aircraft, set the parking brake, and confirm the routing. But we've got this follow the company traffic to sit to stand. It's just the Hotel 3. Alpha Hotel 3, where was the next one? I've got the stand. Stand's here. But he did say Alpha Hotel 3 Delta. But I can see where Alpha converges with Delta, so just a straight line. Links between main area 24 is Hotel 3. The links between main areas and Terminal 4.
Outer runway 36 right. Initial climb 13,000 feet. In squawk 1,000.
I can see X-ray 3. What's your speed anyway? 30 knots. Easy in the max to go over speeding. Crap. Carpfish or crapfish? Carpfish. This is stock scenery. It's one of the detailed sceneries in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's such a huge airport, Madrid. Oh, Steve, when I first went here the other month, it was dark, but we landed. Oops.
right Instructor.
We landed 3-2 left, vacated, and it was a very short taxi up to a remote stand, and then we had to taxi from here all the way up to 36 left. So, yeah, 36 left for departure, but it's actually easier taxiing out. I don't think these default ones are always the best either. So if we go here,
gate 40.
Can you send me the outside text, please?
Text is on my.
these are sometimes a little better.
Listo para puesta en marcha y retroceso. Iberia 07 Zulu.
Iberia 07 Zulu.
Still can't see Hotel 3 though.
Puesta en marcha y retroceso aprobado al sur sobre Delta Interior.
Sobre Delta Interior,
give up.
puesta en marcha aprobada. Iberia.
Give up, gonna find copy traffic. Where is you seem to have trouble with Delta on chat. Was it Delta earlier I couldn't find? Where's he going? I wasn't expecting him to go that way.
423, puesta en marcha y retroceso aprobado al sur.
Is it here? Is Delta here?
QNH 1024.
He said follow company traffic, but I'm not confident where he's going. Below Sierra. Found it! I found it, guys. Hotel 3, thank you. At least he knows where he's going. Got it. Hotel 3. So Sierra would have been a straight line, so Alpha converts into Sierra. And it's even on the default taxi markings. Alright, great. I'm happy where Hotel 3 is, and now I know where to go on stand via Delta. So Delta's going to be the second. First right here, then it'll be the. Oh, basically all the way. It's a junction, so go to the end, turn right. I've got it. I've got it. Pro pilots. Yeah, it is complicated. It is complicated. When I went here a couple of months ago, the first stop's been here about 50 times. Just said, go this way. I was like, okay. There we are. It's like American airports, but yeah, it's like this area here. It's just super complex. But I sort of see how the system works. Anyway, we're here. We're alive. The aircraft performed in an exemplary fashion. First stream on the new PC. All is good. I want to know why his radio sounds so realistic. Nathan, to make it worse, my jetways don't work. You'll have to make a leap of faith. So, I can't go wrong now, look, 'cause this is a junction at the end here, it's Delta, and then we're going to go off Delta. He just said Delta and then stand, so there's actually two Deltas, I might have to cross. Can you? I think you can go all the way across these ones here. And what was my stand? 352? Oh yeah, I could do my GSX thing, can't I? 548 stands. Oh no, I can do this select from map. Bear with me guys, I'm just going to get the map up. Oh, strangely on the map, it's not brought up the map, it's just my airplane. Oh no, it has. I'm clicking 352 in the background. 352. Select. Request follow me. Yes, please. No. Oh gosh, let's have Swissport. I always default to Swissport. Perfect. Looking good. Why does it jump up and down sometimes? It's so funny. Starting the APU. Looks like Alpaca Airways taking over Terminal 4 here. Beautiful. 374. Bit of a way down. Thanks, Malaysian Aviator. My guiding star. He's arrived onto his stand. I think though in Madrid you can cut across from here. You don't need to be on the other stand. Alarmingly, there's an aircraft over there as well. I think you can go all the way left here. You don't have to cut. You can cut across. Bye, Malaysian Aviator. I like your NG, sir. 364. 362, nearly there. I think it's probably Madrid's one of the biggest airports, sort of by area in Spain. I think the old Iberia's taxiing along, so you have to give way to him. 352, and there's stuff there. That's great. Move that Airbus out of the way. It's cool. Clear left. Oh! Ah! Why you stop there? He's got alpacas cutting him up, that's why. What's profanity in Spanish? I'm sure we would have heard it on the radio. Good job I stopped. Turn off the landing lights there, brilliant. On the bus. Move out of the way. By Iberia, isn't it? Alpaca sandwich. There we are. It's a good job I actually went on the outer line, otherwise it would have been a bit tasty. Idle thrust. On the max, single engine taxi is a pleasure because you've got so much residual thrust at idle. It just rolls. There we are, GSX is doing its thing. Coming in a bit too fast, I think you'd be waving quite quickly at that rate of knots. It's not exactly lined up with the yellow line. What? Who am I following? GSX or the marshaller? I'm just gonna... That'll do. Oh, that'll do. Right. Parking brake set. 2 blues, 1 red, engines dead. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Madrid. Local time would be 1910 Spanish time. Seatbelt signs to off. Doors to manual, cross check. 2000 standby. Do a transit shutdown flow. Open the isolation valve. Don't need the AP bleed on. Voice recorder is not modelled. Verify engine 1 and 2. N2 is below 20%, which it is. Anti-vision light off. End the flight in new sky. Start the disembarkation process. There we are. Happy days. There comes the air bridge. Not bad for a default scenery. It does the job. And another flight into Madrid. We have streamed here before. Been some time, but a successful sector in the iFly 737 MAX. Not sure whether the air bridge drivers... oh no, it has lined it up quite nicely. It's just not covered the door, that's all. Cool. There we go. Well done, PC2. Yeah, well done. First successful stream. No issues, hasn't caught fire. Should be all good now moving forward. Oh dear. Cheers, Steve, for all your help. William from Sweden. Sorry for asking, but is Zebo good? Yeah, Zebo's excellent. My sort of preferred aircraft and X-plane. I think the PMDG is a little bit more polished, but it handles so nicely aircraft and X-plane. So I love flying the aircraft in there. Last stream was the Zebo mod, my members group flight. So yeah, absolutely thoroughly recommend it. Can't teach that unless you're on the outer line. That's true. I thought GSX crashed. I'm impressed it's working again. Yeah, I press restart in the background, so it was working. But apparently that's quite common. Someone said it's been happening to them every time they started a pushback. Nathan, glad you took the extra fuel for taxiing in. Yeah, I think we spent more time taxiing in than flying, that's for sure. Yeah, super complex taxiway here, but don't do what I did and plough on. Stop the aircraft, set the parking brake in real life, confirm the routing before you progress. And ATC is usually quite accommodating in that. Sometimes they expect that you've flown into the airport every day. They don't sometimes realise it's your first time. How did I do on New Sky? 10 out of 10, no doubt, for my butter landing. Let's have a little look here. New Sky. Yeah, of course. Well, was it any doubt? Fuel used less than expected. Great touchdown. 90 feet per minute. Normal conditions. Distance to threshold. Acceptable range. Minimal centerline deviation. I mean, I am very deserving of my Content Creator Gold Medal award. Click the pin link. There you are. Perfect. Thanks for subscribing, Vincent Chan. Welcome aboard. But there we are. Thanks for joining me on my little test sector anyway. This is sort of a test stream on the new PC. It seems to be looking well. I hope the quality improvements which you began to experience with the same setup I had in December is apparent, and it's looking solid, my new build, and I'm hoping it'll see me through to the foreseeable future. Nice smooth FPS, no stuttering. It allows for a nice experience for the viewer as well. So very, very nice. Yeah, iFly 737 Max, great. Look forward to an update to do some tidying up. The VNAV has, I think, a slightly different logic to what I'm used to, but it worked well. It got us here from A to B. Again, I always say this, whenever I fly the virtual 737, I fly it as per SOP. And I did that here, and it worked exemplary. So, yeah, thoroughly recommend the add-on. Yeah, don't know what else to say. I voted for him mainly because he's humble. So humble. Vote for me now. Yes. Yes, let's see. I might have got a few extra votes today, but maybe I'll make a post about it. But there are some fantastic other content creators out there. Perfect. Well, we'll call that a day. Is it real procedure when you shut one engine down whilst taxiing? Is it yawing towards the dead engine? Minimally, whilst taxiing. And as our operator, we have standard SOP to do single engine taxi after landing, so long as you meet the criteria. So after a certain gross weight, no freezing conditions or contamination, a few other factors as well. But there we are. Right then, what I'm going to do now is check the replay. I don't have my classic replay music, I'm afraid. I completely forgot to download and install it when I completely deleted all my profiles. But there we are. I've just disconnected off VATSIM. I will now have to find an alternative tune. Let me have a look at my Epidemic Sound library. I mean, this is my chill house music playlist, so I don't think there'll be anything here that would represent replay music. What's this one like? Main character energy? Let's have this! It's my replay music. Anyway, before I do that, I need to do a few other things. I need to restart GSX, get rid of that. Oh, it's such a faff. Replays in Microsoft Flight Sim. That's done. A panel state. Is there a panel state with this? I don't think there is. I'll try it. I'll see what works. Death metal, please. I don't know if this is going to work. Stop the replay. Press play. It's not the same as the funky replay music. The gear's going up. The engines do seem to be running though. That's something. Not what you want to hear. The flaps are up. Let me just get the flaps extended. This music's terrible. Flaps coming out as soon as I can. I'm going to choose another tune. None of the music is suited for my replays. Let's have a look anyway with this music on. Yeah, the audio's terrible. Oh, nice landing though. I missed the tyre screech. Oh, I smashed the nose wheel down though. That wasn't very good. It'd be funny if you got an 8 from you, Sky. True. Yeah, don't forget to land the nose wheel, guys. I'll have to get the funky replay music working. No Spanish theme in this playlist. I'll have to find something. There's the check, close, put a little bit of left rudder in even though there's no wind. It was more to get back onto centre line. Order brake stuck in and it just let the nose wheel plonk down. Yeah, that was really hard. Oh yeah, I have to select reverses manually. There we go. Flipping replay tool. Right, does this chase plane have replay or do I need another plug-in? I'm not sure. I'll have to do some research. Anyway, look, there we are. You can watch the replay from this perspective. But thanks again. Can you sing it? No, I'm not singing it. Thanks for tuning in, guys, for another Flight Data Sim live stream. Most appreciated. To the members, thank you so much for your continued support. The plan is to go live again on Sunday, perhaps in the Dash 8 in X-Plane 12, first X-Plane 12 on the new PC. But there we are. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to stay up to date with the latest content. Click the link, vote for me if you so wish, and you think I'm a brilliant content creator. and then I'll turn up at the awards to collect my award. So funny. Right, guys, look after yourselves, and I'll hopefully see you all on Sunday for the next live stream. Ciao, ciao. Gosh, Harry, my settings. Of course, I did say. Hold on. Get your screen captures out. So right now, I have it all set to this. Max frame rate capped at 60 FPS. VSync on for my G-Sync monitors. Dynamic settings off. So there you go. I'll scroll down it. TOD 200, LOD 100, mostly on high. There's no point having a lot of these on ultra, really. There you go, scrolling. Remember, this is specific to my PC. I stream as well. Every PC is unique. You might not find that these are the best settings for you. Parked aircraft variety off. I don't want any parked aircraft on VATSIM. Rest on high. There you go. It's pretty much all I have. Cool. I don't use frame generation. For streaming purposes, I can get much more FPS out of my 5000 series card, but it causes issues when I click out of the sim for streaming, so I just have it off. I'm getting 60 FPS anyway. Right then, that's it, guys. I'll let you continue enjoying the replay, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.